Apple. All right, I think we are live here. What's going on, folks? Let me close this out here. Let's get another window going here. All right,
I think
folks.
something happened
W-
today. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. What- we were deep in. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome, Mr. Man Jay and Grant. We are back. We missed last Friday, but we are back, and we're going to try to get back on course to keep these Fridays going because I really enjoy it. So it's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. So we were so deep in conversation off stream, I forgot to start the stream. So we're gonna kick this thing off and get into this conversation because, in fact, something. What happened today, Grant? What's so big about today?
I don't know. Background shirt.
I don't know. Something happened today that was very important to the masses, and I think it's dealing with Apple. So
It's
today
way
is
too early here
the
on the West Coast, man. 5
yeah. Oh
a.m.
man, what
I
time
liked
is
it
it
when
there?
they
Like
did it
11?
West Coast time. They used to have it
Oh,
launched at like 9, 10 a.m. West Coast time.
yeah,
Now they've shifted to East Coast time. So
they did. Um, I don't know. The when I got in there this morning, let me turn off Wi-Fi and go back to my one hard line here. I was on Wi-Fi. When I go there this morning, I'm up between 5 and 7 pretty much every day. And hey, everybody's coming in. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Oh, let me get the chat open for us over here, Grant. I can't even see it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we sure did, Jojo. We sure did. Um, Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming. It is Friday and it is time to stream. Sorry we missed you guys last Friday. Super busy for both of us. I mean, we
we
both had
barely made
something
this
going
one.
on. Yeah, I know. We both were busy today too, but we're making it work. Listen, we're gonna make these Fridays work. So sometimes we normally are streaming at 4. Grant set a time of 4, which is perfect for me and him. But things happen and we have to shift. And so I didn't want to miss today's stream specifically because of all the special things that are happening today, and we have a lot to discuss on that. And I just want to make sure we get it in there. But I don't think we'll do many of these. And we'll shift the time when we accordingly when we need to. But when things happen, they happen, and we have no control over that. But um, wow, it is Apple. It is Apple pre-order, and so me and Grant have been discussing a lot offline, and we're going to get into it with you. So get your questions ready. Me and Grant will knock out your questions as we go. What was I doing on? I had my pixel in my hand for something, Grant. What was I getting ready to do? I totally forgot what I was getting ready to do with this phone in my hand. I was pulling up something. My mind is like I have no idea what I was getting ready to do. So I'll put the phone down. I don't know what I was getting ready to do with this phone. I was pulling up something. I have no idea what I was pulling up, but I'll go ahead and put the phone down because obviously I've forgotten because my brain is like all over the place all day long, all day long, all day long. Yes. Oh, I can't hear you, Grant. I can't hear you. What happened? Oh my gosh, here we go again. Me and Grant have been talking offline perfectly fine, and now I can't hear him. What happened? What is going on? Let me check my settings too. We literally have been chatting offline, and everything has been perfect. And now all of a sudden, yeah. Let me put my headphones on. Hold on. Let me see something here. All right, Grant. Grant, say something, Grant. Oh man, I can't hear Grant. Can you guys hear Grant? Can you guys hear Grant? They can't hear you either, Grant. That is a strange thing because me and Grant literally have been chatting and everything was fine, and now all of a sudden we can't hear him. We've got a lot to discuss too. Okay, yeah, I know I'm not crazy. No settings to be changed over here. Grant, what did you do, Grant? What did you do? I have no idea. Okay, well, let's kick this off, man. I don't know what happened with Grant. I don't know what just happened. But we definitely should hear each other. We've been chatting offline here. Everything has been perfect. Um, this is so strange. We're just plagued with we're plagued with when we get everything right, something goes wrong. But we're gonna keep it pushing. So, okay, you guys can't. He's gonna come back in. Let me let him back in. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here.
All right.
Grant,
Can we hear
there you
now?
go. Oh God, finally
We
I
good?
got you.
All right.
Yes. What the frick just happened?
It was restream, dude. Just had to
Oh my
go out
gosh.
and come back in. It's
Oh
cool.
yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
We got
Good.
it
Good. Good.
working.
Good. Can you guys hear him now? You should be able to hear
Well, if
him.
you can hear,
Yeah. Yeah. You should be able
let
to
me
hear
see.
him. Somebody said have him leave and come back in. All right. Okay. Good. We really got to get this thing right. It's restream,
Yep.
man.
Okay. I played it back. I think it's good now.
Okay. Good.
Should be good.
Good. Good to go. So we have got first question. Let's just get straight to it, Grant. First question. Um, who in this stream, and if you're watching a replay, shout out to the replay crew, who has ordered? I'm sure me and Grant. Grant, you ordered. I didn't ask. Did you order anything?
Did I order anything? Of course I ordered something, man. You got to do it every. Sometimes begrudgingly, but I'll do this every year to myself.
I know.
We
I
do
know.
it so you don't have to. You know.
Some people don't believe that to be true, but it is true. I tell people all the time, just live vicariously through us.
So I know what you ordered because you've been saying what you're gonna order.
Absolutely.
So I'm pretty sure you got the blue iPhone Air.
Absolutely.
I picked up since blue is the color of the year. I picked up the blue Pro Max. And then I begrudgingly got the Air.
Oh wow.
Sky blue Air. So
get out. I didn't think you would do it.
We're going all in. We're gonna see what this is like.
You know what, man? Maybe I'll pull the trigger on a Pro. Would you get a Pro Max?
Pro Max. Yeah, because I
Maybe
got
I'll
the Pro
order it.
last year first, and I was like, the smaller one started to overheat on me outside, and so I got
Really?
the Pro Max, and the Pro
Oh,
Max
wow.
started being a little bit better.
My
And
Pro
this
Max
year,
is
since
good.
they've been talking about how much thermals they put into this phone, and this year I figured, oh man, this A19 Pro is gonna be run hot, so I got the Max again.
Did the Pro has the thermals too, right? The smaller one has the thermals too, right?
Yeah, they both do, but that's why I said I got the Max, because if last year was kind of heating up outside, then I'm pretty sure this year this chip's gonna run hot if Apple was focusing so much on all the thermals on this phone. So
I just prefer the smaller phones. Since you did it,
but when
man,
have you heard of
maybe
Apple doing a vapor chamber and
I
talking
have
so much
never.
about cooling in their presentation in your life?
Yeah,
Right. So as soon
never.
as they start talking about thermals and cooling so much of the presentation, I was like, oh, this A19 Pro chip runs hot, man. So like, if Apple's sacrificing design to cool this thing down, it must run hot.
It probably does. It definitely
I'm sure
probably
it's
does.
fine. I'm sure they're just worried about load. So like, if you're like doing a lot of the ProRes video stuff, if you're doing a lot of gaming, like they're pushing, they just said gaming every other word instead of AI, then it'll probably run a little hot. So
Gotcha. So you know what we got? What color Pro did you get, Grant? Orange or blue?
I stuck with the blue because that was
The
the
blue.
plan. But then after I was looking at all the photos and the videos of it, I was like, oh, maybe silver's the way this year. But I was like, no, I'll just stick with my guns and get the blue, because the blue, that ceramic glass portion on the back isn't as visible
Oh,
as
gotcha.
the other colors. The other colors are very
Gotcha.
contrasty, right? Where that ceramic glass piece is very two-tone. The
Gotcha.
blue, it's a little bit more blends in. So
Gotcha. So you got a Pro Max blue. We were talking about what did you guys get? What did you guys get? You guys are in here who ordered. What did you order? I stuck to my guns. I got exactly what I said I was going to get, which is the blue Air. Highly intrigued by that phone. What did you guys get? And which iPhone do you think is going to sell the best? Which one? Which one?
yeah, he dug out. He'll be back. It happens every week.
What
But as far as
connection
what was
issues
selling,
again?
oh,
Oh,
there you go,
God.
back in.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's so funny when we're off stream. Everything is so flawless. As soon as you get on stream, I somehow disconnect every stream for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. When I stream by
It's the Texas
myself,
heat, man.
I don't know. When I streamed by myself the other day, it's no problem. Like 2 hours straight or whatever. No cuts or nothing like that. I hate to keep saying it, but I have 1 gig up and down fiber, and I just don't have any issues. But
Yeah,
it's
same.
restream for
I don't think
sure.
it's either of our setups. I think it's
I think it's
restream. So
restream. Yeah. So they're putting in here what they got. They look like I see 17 Pro Max. Oh no, some people consider it 17 Pro Max
you
and
got one Air in there.
17 Pro Max blue Air. There's an Air. Shout out to the Air crew. Trucking reviews.
Well, like we were
Got
talking
that
about off
blue.
stream, right? Like based
Mhm.
off of whatever, we don't know how much inventory Apple has, but based
Yeah.
off of if you're ordering direct from Apple Store right now, what's popular seems to be based off of what's shipping.
Yeah.
Is pushed back to October is the Pro Max in
Mhm.
orange and silver and blue. But early on, I think the popular colors were Pro Max, silver, and orange, and then blue was last. And the regular Pro wasn't really selling as much.
Yeah.
It's still available for launch day, and the Air still available for launch day in all
Yeah.
colors. So
Yeah. I'm
I think the
looking at the
white got
Pro.
pushed back.
I'm
The
looking
white
at
got pushed back.
all the colors are still available for the small Pro.
Yep.
Like you said, on the 19th, they're ready for pickup. So, but do we know that? I wonder what the inventory is, because Here's what I told Grant off camera when we were talking. I said, I think they've made a ton of Blue Airs in 256 gigs. I think because remember this is the first year I believe where them having they have the put this over here. This is the first year where they have the 256 gig storage base, and I I
which
think
is a
they
huge
made
win. You know,
it
across the
is
board,
man,
everything starts at 256, which is
it
pretty awesome,
is.
and for the same price. So
It is, and I think that's a huge win for a lot of people. I think people are going to be really excited about having 256 gig to start. So I
I
think
think
Apple.
the unsung hero of all this is the standard 17.
That's what I was
The
going to say.
the regular 17 is a pretty big win this year. They kept the price the same.
And the 17 got a screen increase. It has ProMotion now. It has always on display. It has which is 120 hertz, and then you have the always on display. It kept the same camera, kept everything pretty the same. It just got a screen increase. It got a storage increase, and it got some little extra things in the software. So that's a
They
huge
bumped up
win
they
for
bumped up the ultra
799.
wide. So the ultra wide on the standard 17 is the same as the Pro now.
Yep,
So
48
you get
megapixel.
you get a better ultra wide. You
Yep,
still get the fusion camera in the main, even though it's not as big of a sensor as the Pro, but still, yeah. So like you said, ProMotion 120 hertz display. You get better battery life, slightly bigger battery, better battery efficiency. You get the same center stage selfie camera. You get the brand new ultra wide angle camera. So they've done a lot, even though it looks the same, and they kept the price the same, right? So
they did.
big win, man. I think 17 is a big win. I hear a lot of people saying I'm skipping the Pro because I like the small Pro. Instead of
Yeah,
the small Pro, I'm just going to go with the regular 17.
yeah. I definitely considered the 17. It's just that the Air is just such good. It's the new design. It's
Yeah.
intriguing. It's the new
New
design.
if you want the new hotness, as they say,
Yeah,
that's going to be the Air this year.
but the Air has a pro setup, right? The Air is a pro setup. It has the A9
Well,
A19 Pro,
that's what
and
they're saying,
I know
but
titanium body. You know, it has all the things that you can call it a pro, but it's missing some things. And I just put out a video before this stream talking about all the things that it's missing. I have another video coming up after the stream talking about again with the S25 Edge actually, but on the video that I just put out, there's several things missing from the Air just because it only has one camera, and I want to show it in this video here for those that
I
haven't
think
watched that other
if you just
video.
go to the Air page, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But I get you, man. If you go to the Air page, they say in the tagline right there with the power of Pro inside, they're really trying to hype
yeah,
this up as a Pro
and
device.
they're also saying that it's the future. But let's get down to specs.
Yeah, that
All
was
right,
the best. I think in that carousel wheel, it says right there, the future.
right there.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
here
go.
it is, right
That's
here.
funny. There you
It
go.
says the future. But I want to get down to the part here where it talks about the official specs because there's a lot in this phone. It wasn't a deterrent for me from getting it, but from a person that's going to get this phone and use it for the way I'm going to use it, there is a key feature that's missing, and it's predominantly for me as a creator. And I want to go down to the specs here so everyone can see it. I've already put this video out. It just came out right for this video, but I want to go down to the specs. If I can get to the spec screen. I've never done it like this before. Okay, here we go. Hopefully it'll be on this screen. No, let's just go. Here we go. Compare. All right, so let me put the Air. I'll leave the Air in the middle. And let's just kind of look at this briefly because I just put this video out, but I want to show you. I want to show you the Air and what it's missing in comparison to the 17. I still wasn't deterred by this, but let me just get down to it here on the bottom here. Obviously, we
I
can
know
see
what
the
I know the thing that caught your eye. By the way, I
what's that?
guarantee I know.
You know what? Go ahead and say it.
Cinematic video, man.
Absolutely, it's missing,
I know
and
that's
it's all
big for you. Yeah, I know.
yeah, and
I
it's
know you love
also
that. It's like they don't have it.
dude, it's missing
It's
on
weird.
it's well the reason why is because it's a single camera lens. You need the ultra wide to do cinematic video. You need the ultra wide for a lot of things. Look right here. It's missing all the things that you need it for as far as to doing you need that second camera for the things that are missing basically. And here they're pointing it out right in front of our
I
face.
I think you could do it without it. You
No,
can make
you
the
can
argument. You can make the argument they need it for the depth mapping, but I don't think so. I think you're using all kind of algorithms in any way to produce the effect. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure if they wanted
No
to.
macro photo. And it has the pro chip. I think this
Yep.
just comes
No
down to a
macro photo or
single
video.
yep. Yep.
No cinematic
No
video.
cinematic video. And it's more down here at the bottom where it shows the difference with the cameras. Right here, no spatial photos. Um,
I know the other
no,
big thing for you on this one too, by the
which
way.
one is it?
eSIM only
Oh
globally.
my God, yes, yes.
They have
Sheesh.
not, they have the SIM card in the Pro Max and the 17, but they took it out globally for this thing.
Yep.
So no one's getting a SIM card. I don't know how they're going
Nobody.
to get away with that.
I know. They're gonna get another lawsuit. No macro video. It's just the air. I
This is them
wasn't
pushing. This is them testing the waters on that, right? What if we took it away and we said no globally?
right. Right.
Let's test it on the popular phone this year and see what happens. See if people still buy it or not.
I I think it's such a disappointment that they're making some of these power moves like this. But in fact, like you said, the pro model, even though it has this hideous look on the back, it's a pro model. So people who buy the pro model aren't professionals. I think a lot of them are just buying it for the bigger display and the bigger battery. I've actually asked people, well, why'd you buy the Pro Max? Well, it has the biggest battery and has the biggest screen. And I just think that's unfortunate that they're missing out on money because, as you just said, the 17 is actually kind of the might be the smartest move if you want all this Apple's trying to give you at the lowest price. The 17 has an ultra wide that matches. All the cameras are the same. They all have the 48 megapixel fusion camera, but this one has the same as this one as the Pro. You now have 120 hertz. It's not
Well,
just
one caveat. I mean, they're all 48 megapixel fusion camera according to Apple, but the sensor size on the 17
yes,
and the Air it's smaller.
it's smaller.
So
It's
even though
smaller.
they're both 48 megapixel fusion cameras, the sensors are smaller than the Pro.
It's smaller.
People won't care, but
No, but it's good to
technicality.
point it out though. It's good to point it out to people that now somebody
It'll
was
still be
telling me
good. I think the main
it's going
camera
to
will
be
still
good.
be good.
You talked about this too before. You said, "Well, Jay, it has a bigger." Remember, I asked you offline on the other day in the chat. I think I said, "Hey, do you think the Air's camera will be better than the 16E?" And you said, "Yeah, because it has a bigger sensor, or better sensor, or bigger sensor." So
Yeah, because even 16E will say 40 megapixel fusion camera, but
yeah, it
it's a
has the same
smaller.
thing.
It's
It
a
has the same
way
thing.
smaller sensor. Yeah.
Yeah. So I I feel like the 17 is nice. The 17 is nice. I actually I'm supposed to be buying a 17 because I didn't want the Pro, but I'm not buying the 17 because of the Pro line. I don't like the look of the Pro line, and I'm not a Pro user per se. Even though I edit on phones and I shoot a lot of video of phones, I'm still not a professional. And so that's why I'm okay with the Air and because I have a 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max. I bought them both, but the most they get out of me is video recording, like a ton of video recording and editing on the devices. That's about as far as I push the phones and
But
some
that's funny
photos.
because people are saying the opposite. They're like, I'm getting the standard 17 because it's so much more this year compared to the Pro.
That's the
And you're going
smart
the opposite
move.
way because you don't like the looks. So it's
Yeah, yeah. I would get the 17 just over the Pro just because of the way it looks. And
yeah.
like you said, you just pointed out, it comes with two 48 megapixels cameras. Now, different sensors, but I think even at my level of recording and stuff like that, I won't be able to tell the difference. I think the
No, the
video,
17 is the best value this year. They actually made really good. It looks the same.
yeah.
Ironically, it's the one that looks the same, but they made so much improvement to it that a lot of people think it's a lot closer to the small Pro. So people who would usually get the small Pro are saying, I'm just going to get the regular 17.
Is it close to, let's go back. Hold on. Let me put it back up here. Let's compare.
I think a lot of people like that 120 hertz ProMotion display on the 17, and they like the more battery life, and all these things. And you get the center
How
stage.
big is the
You get the
battery?
center stage camera. So
How big is the
that's
battery on, that's not what I want to do. Go to the bottom down here. How big is the battery on the 17? Do you know? I could go to GSM Arena and find it.
yeah. On the 17, it's bigger. It's
Here we go.
4685. 4685.
Wow. Wow.
Well, according to Apple, it's 39 hours of video playback.
Yeah.
But according to the actual technical specs on GSM Arena, 4685 milliamp.
Okay, so here's the Pro next to the 17.
So all these got a battery capacity bump
They
compared
did.
to last year.
Even the Air has a 1350 milliamp hour battery. It does.
Yeah, and the Air, they're saying that because we don't have a SIM card globally, we give you a bigger battery.
Yeah, I don't buy that junk.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
just
buy
saying
that junk at all.
that's what.
Yeah, I know. When I heard him say that, I was like, yeah, okay.
And they're saying that the same thing too in the Pro and the Pro Max. The eSIM model has a larger capacity battery.
Yep.
If you get the one with the nano SIM, it's going to have a slightly smaller battery.
Yeah.
So that's
But
what they're doing now.
here's
to get you to go to eSIM.
here's the 17 and next to the 17 Pro, and this isn't looking bad. So I could see why a person would get this over the Pro. Like this area right here alone,
For a
we
lot of
live in
people,
a
it's getting close. Like,
we live in a
like
social
you
media
said,
age.
people don't care about the minor differences in camera like that.
Exactly, exactly.
I think
We
they really enjoy the ProMotion display more. They like the increased battery life
absolutely,
more, and they like paying less. So
absolutely. I think we live in a social media age, and people don't set their phones to. There's so many people I know that don't set their phones to record at 4K, 60 or 30. They're still shooting in 720p. I'm not gonna say who it is. I know people that's in the on the car side, like when I go to car shows. Man, they're shooting Lambos, Corvettes, Ferraris, all this in 720p. I'm like, dude, why did you just publish this video? You got all this footage and you only recording 720p, and they're looking at me like, huh? What? I'm like, oh my god, man,
and
this
a
could
lot
have
of
been.
people just use the front facing camera anyway.
And you know
And so
what?
now
They don't even
you
look at the
got
camera.
the new selfie camera, right? So everyone's like, oh, I got the new selfie camera on the
Right.
17 too. So there you go.
I don't
And
like that.
the
Go
dual
ahead.
video, you probably like that too, right?
Yeah, yeah, I like that because it's been out. We all know that's been out on Android. When I compare the Edge to the Air, obviously I'm going to compare the dual video, but that's been out on Android for. It's not even. We don't even need to pick at Apple for that. Some people are making things about that, but I think it is sad that Apple tries to highlight things that have been out for years. But how I always say, Grant, like companies will give you an out. I say this in almost every video or when a launch happens. Now that I'm talking to you and everybody, the 17 is an out. That's actually a better deal than the Pro to me, for a person like me, because you know why. I said it on every. I don't need a telephoto lens. I don't care for a telephoto lens. I'll take the digital zoom. And we look at this camera section right here, smaller sensor, but still, I think that's totally worth it.
Well, and most people seem to prefer the ultra wide anyway, right? So that's why they're saying you get
Yep.
a pretty good main camera. You get an ultra wide too in the standard 17. That's all I need, and you get the new selfie camera with the
Yeah.
center stage, which
Yeah.
Apple made a big deal about. And like we've been talking about, a lot of people will just use the selfie camera a lot, right? So it's like, oh, I get the new selfie camera. I got a good main camera. I got an ultra wide. I got the display bump. I got a bigger battery. I save money. I'm going 17. So
Look at this right here. All the phones, same display. Same display. Brightness,
yeah, they all have the
everything.
120 hertz ProMotion.
Yeah,
Yep.
same display. Now here's something that I think. Shout out to Snipes. I don't think 4K on a phone is a gimmick. Reason being is that a lot of people, there are a lot of people, and I think everybody should know this by now. Tons of people run their entire YouTube channel from a phone, and so having the ability to shoot in 4K and then downscale to 1080p if you want to. The footage is better; it's clearer. I know people who intentionally shoot in 6K and scale back to 4K. I know people who shoot in 4K and scale back to 1080p because it's just better quality, or they just upload in 4K. Um, but I think personally that 4K on a phone is a win because some people can't afford real glass. Like they can't afford mirrorless cameras and stuff like that. And phones will probably never match a mirrorless camera because the glass is just too expensive and it's just going to be too good for depth of field, for range. But I think it's a win for phone. I've never heard a person say that a 4K is a gimmick on a phone. I've never heard that before. But hey, to each his own. But I don't think 4K is a gimmick on a phone. I think it's a win for consumers. What do you think, Grant?
Well, like you said, people don't switch out the resolution. So a
Yeah.
lot of people probably don't use 4K. But Bradley's got a question
What's that?
since you're
Where's
on
it
the
at?
spec sheet.
You see it? Oh, here we go.
Does the 17 do spatial photos?
Oh, here we
Does it
go.
miss an ultra wide? Yeah, it does. At least according to what
Yeah,
Apple
yeah,
says,
yeah. It does.
spatial photos and videos is on the
It
standard
does.
17.
It's up here.
Yeah,
Where it's down here.
it's just not on the Air.
Yeah, it's not on the Air. That's what we're kind of talking about too. The Air is missing some key features. And here we go. Let's get back down here because it shows
I
it
think it
down
does mean
here.
the Air because he says it's missing the ultra wide. Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
The Air won't do spatial photos. Here
The
we go.
Air doesn't do spatial photos.
It
Or
doesn't do
macro
macro. It
photography.
doesn't do cinematic.
Yep.
Nothing.
And it's only because of that single lens. That's why. It's just because of that
Yeah.
single lens. You need
Yep.
that ultra wide camera to make that happen because a lot of the macro shots default to the ultra wide camera. And if you have an iPhone right now and you turn on auto macro, you'll see it go to the wide camera. You'll see it automatically switch. It's just the way the iPhones are done. You can turn it on manually, or you can turn it on your auto. When you get real close, when they first announced that, it switches to the ultra wide lens, and so that's why the 16e can't do it, Even though it has the same camera, different sensor, it can't do it because of that single lens. Not being able to do cinematic video, it needs the. Now, I pointed it out in the other video. You can do these things. You can do them. It's just a matter of how you position yourself. You can get a portrait style video or a cinematic video with an iPhone without even having cinematic turned on. It's just about the positioning. I've done it multiple times. I've been outside shooting before, and the farther you go away from a subject, the more it's going to come into a cinematic look. You can do that with a regular cell phone without turning it on at all. Yeah, you can do it. So, sales, man. Sales are going to be high on the Pro Max side. Well, the Pro Max has always outsold everything else, right?
Pro Max, I would guess. I mean, I think people like the bigger screen, but bigger battery. So
Yeah. I think that's solely why this one sells so well. Is because first of all, okay, now first of all, what do you think about this copper look right here, this orange look? How do you guys really feel like how do you really feel about this new orange color?
I think a lot of people who like orange are gonna like this. Like my mom likes orange. I think she's gonna want this orange phone, but she probably won't want a new phone anyway. But
Yeah.
she likes orange.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, like when the rumors came out, I was like, just like you, I was like, this looks like UT Austin color.
Yeah.
So it's a burnt orange, right? I was like, that's
Mhm.
what the first thing I thought. But
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, anybody who goes UT is gonna probably like this. But
Oh, they're gonna eat it up, man. They're gonna eat it up. Those things are gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be everywhere.
I don't. It's not personally for me. I'm not an orange person, but I do know
Yeah.
the people who love orange that'll probably love this thing.
Yeah.
I like blue, but the blue's maybe a little bit too dark for me this year. But I
Muted.
got
It's
it.
it's very
I
muted.
got it in it. But that's their dark color because they don't have black, so they went with
Yeah.
a dark blue.
Oh, we gotta address that. We gotta address that.
I
We
tried to
gotta
gloss over it because I think it's been beaten to death at this point. But
I
we can.
know. I know. Do you guys feel like no black phone this year? I'm personally sick of getting just black, white, and gray. But I didn't even think twice about it when there was no black version, space black or whatever, or space gray, whatever you want to call it. How do you guys feel about them not offering it at all
Well,
this
because you
year?
don't like this Pro Max anyway. You're like,
Yeah, I don't like it anyway. Okay, so if I was gonna get
they
one of
have the
these,
black Air. You want black at the Air.
yeah. But how do you guys feel about them not offering that color? Do you think it's a deal breaker for you? Because in our chat, someone said that it was people are starting to say it's a deal breaker that they don't offer a black version. I don't think it's
Uh,
definitely not a deal breaker for me.
if you really wanted the Pro Max, I don't see how it's a deal breaker. Because if you
Yeah,
really wanted it, I really don't see how it's a big deal.
yeah, I don't either.
Oh,
Uh,
and then there's always the people that are gonna say, "Well, you're gonna put a case on it anyway."
I was just gonna say
So
that next.
I'll say that just because someone's gonna say that. So
Yeah,
there you go.
black cases. Yeah, that's what black cases. The orange is pop. The orange will be popular because everybody wants to be seen with the new iPhone. That's why. That's why. But you know what? It doesn't even
I
matter
think a lot
what
of people are
color.
liking the silver now. Like
I was just gonna
I
say the
normally don't watch a
silver.
lot of videos, but I watched a bunch of videos on this. And the more I watch it, like I can actually see the colors in the videos. I'm like, oh, that silver does look pretty nice. But I stuck with my guns and I got the blue because in the blue you can see it the ceramic shield part, the dual tone.
Yeah,
It looks more uniform versus
yeah. You
that dual tone
can't really
color,
see it at all. It's not
which I
almost.
like. Some people might like the dual tone because it stands out more, right? It's
Yeah,
even
I
more
like
of a
that too.
different
I
look.
like that it's
But
subtle. I don't need to see the flip flopping colors like that. I don't have to see that. I like a solid, smooth, just one. And the blue is the best one for that, for sure. But I
well,
think,
while we're talking about that piece, the ceramic shield thing, people are
mhm,
making a big deal about that.
yeah,
I mean, they did that because the whole thing's one big block of aluminum, and they needed to put glass there for the wireless charging, right?
yeah,
But I'm just I'm just gonna be petty. I'm gonna say this: Android Pixel did it first, right? So
they did.
Pixel 5 did the all aluminum Pixel 5, right?
Yes,
And
they
then they put a
did.
sheet of glass in the back for the wireless charging, but they coated the whole thing in plastic, which defeated
Yes,
the point. But they wanted that uniform look. But anyway, I
yes, they did.
digress. So
That's true. No, you're
that's just for the
absolutely.
Android people. Just for the Android people who
You
are
are one
here.
hundred percent right,
There you
though.
go.
I mean, there again, like we said earlier, there's a lot of things that Apple will coin as the first, or we invented this, or they're just doing it better. In reality, they're just kind of putting some wordplay on something that's been around for a long time. We don't need that crappy eSIM crap or physical SIM card crap. That's a way to let you know we're in control, and you're gonna buy our phones, and we're ditching your
Man,
SIM
that's
card, and we're gonna
huge.
lock you in.
eSIM only
That's
for
not
the
good.
Air, and that's their what they're pushing as the flagship this year, the big deal, right? And they're like,
Yeah,
nope, nope, eSIM only. Sorry.
that's not good.
I'm like, man, that's Apple just
That's
giving
just
everyone the finger, man. They're just like,
not a good look. So you said that the Pro model, the vapor chamber, the cooling thing, it's in both Pro models, the small one and the big one.
yeah, Yeah.
Okay, because they were kind of focusing on the big one, right?
Well,
Just
that's the other thing, right? So since we're talking about the Air missing things, right? You covered all the camera stuff, but it's got the A19 Pro chip, but it's a gimped A19 Pro, right? So it's got one less GPU, and they have to gimp it, right? Because it doesn't have all the cooling that they made a big deal about in the Pro model, right? It's not made
yep,
of the aluminum. It doesn't have the vapor chamber,
it's
right? All these
titanium.
things. It's still a
Yeah,
titanium frame with the glass back and front.
yeah,
So, and it doesn't have any vapor chamber, right? So there's no additional passive cooling in the air, so it can't be the full, Pro chip. So they
yep.
gimped it, but they labeled it Pro just so that they can say it's a Pro device.
They did. I really believe they're pushing this, and on the air they're saying this is the future. To me, that's just another wordplay to let everybody know we're going in this direction. And we'll see how you like this thin design. Later on, we'll go ahead and give you two cameras on the back, and if they'll change that design and make that the pro lineup look, and they'll change it a little bit, but they're saying I believe to read past what they're saying. They're going to make a thin pro phone, and it's just to me how well this A19 chip can hold up without the thermals, and then how the design is received. I don't think they even care about it having a single camera. I just don't think they care about that. I think they care more about how are people going to receive this new phone to the lineup, and it's going to sell based. A lot of people bought the Air just on the looks alone. I think it's one of the
Well,
better
it was
looking ones.
clear their mission was to make the thinnest phone. They even said it, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
oh yeah,
I think their taglines were in their own videos, right? Thinnest phone ever, right? And
strongest.
the very first line in that video that they put out was, "Our intention was to make an iPhone that feels like a piece of like a piece of future,
Yep.
powerful yet thin and light. It seems to disappear in your hand." So, their main design goal was to make it as thin as possible, and they did it. So it's either like they either shot themselves in the foot with that, or it's really great, right? Because they're saying their design objective was to make it as thin as possible, right? And so it's either innovation or compromise, right? It's innovation to achieve that, right? They created that whole camera plateau thing. And they stuck all the guts and internals into that bar, which is why it only has one camera. It's not an empty bar, and they shoved the battery in the rest of that thing. And so that's great innovation to achieve thinness. Or if you want to view it from the opposite side, it's just total compromise, right? To make it thin. But since their design goal was to make it thin, I guess you can, it's innovation. But
I
just depends on
I
how you want to look at it.
you're spot on as you always are. I think it's gonna come down to, first of all, it has to be sales. They're gonna definitely look at the sales of this product, and after sales is what's really important. Like when the phone starts to fail and all these different things happen. When things like that happen, then you're gonna see what the real world usage is. Like, oh, hey, I sat on my phone and it bent in half with one little snap, or hey, I cracked the back bar across where the camera is. People are gonna drop this phone, but it's titanium and it has
Well,
ceramic
they're
shield
saying
on
it's the
front and
most
back.
durable phone ever, most
I
durable
know
iPhone ever,
that's a
right?
bold. What do you think about this right here? Before I go, what do you think about this right here? Where did it? Yeah, it is right there.
All day battery life.
Yes, yes.
I mean that's their battery rating. It's all day, quote unquote.
Subjective. Yeah, all day could mean a work shift of 10 hours. You know what I
What
mean?
was
So
so what was really embarrassing about that in the presentation though, they put this back to back. They said we've got all day battery life in this thing. Oh, and here's the battery pack that
yeah,
goes with it.
you beat me to it.
Literally, that's the order in which they went. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
yeah.
I don't know who approved this presentation, but that may have not been the smartest thing to do. But
I wouldn't have done that either. I wouldn't have done that either. But I think they're kind of preparing you for, it's all day battery, but it's all day battery to the people
I
that they
think the
tested
battery
it on.
will. I think the battery life will be fine. I think
I,
it
I
will
think so
last
too.
most people. Most people, I think it'll last them
Yeah,
their 9 to 5 job.
because everybody said that about the Edge too. Oh, it's going to be trash battery, and the Edge actually has really good battery. It just depends on who you are and how you're using your phone. If you're sitting on your phone all day gaming and just watching stuff nonstop, then you're not going to have good battery on pretty much any phone. It's just not going to work for you. You're going to end up charging a lot. But I'm not intimidated by the size of this phone with no thermals in it and all that, and the smaller battery, because one thing remains to be seen is that Apple's optimization with their software and hardware has always been better than what Android is offering.
One
There,
with the A19 chip too, more efficient.
yeah,
And it's actually not a small battery. It's 3149 milliamp. I mean,
exactly.
it's not really that small for Apple. That's actually
That's
not that
pretty
small.
big. That's pretty
It's
big.
small compared to the other phones that they bumped
Yes,
up the battery size in, but
yes,
for Apple, that's pretty good. The
it's
other thing
pretty
that
good.
people are, I would also agree with is that it's not silicon carbon. Like this would be the best opportunity to use that,
It
right?
would.
But I'm pretty sure it's not. It looks like just normal one big slab of battery.
Do
But
you think that Apple? took it upon themselves to say we're not going to use silicon
Oh,
carbonate here.
I'm sure that's intentional for sure, especially the very first one. Um,
Yeah, because the story behind silicon carbon is that it just doesn't last as long as lithium-ion batteries. It won't last as long. But who's keeping their phones more than 4 years?
when Apple just likes to watch everybody and see what happens first
Absolutely,
before they just jump in with it, right? So it makes
absolutely,
sense that they wouldn't do it, but it would have been like a really good use case to do it in, right? But I
perfect.
do like, their tagline is it's about how it feels, right? Because
Yep.
just like this Edge, the S25 Edge,
Oh yeah, I
like
love it.
it's just okay. It looks like marketing, right? A really thin phone looks good in photos, is really thin, but it's one thing to see it in photos and videos, and another thing to really hold it, right? So that's where they're emphasizing holding it in your hand. Because I was the same way with this S25 Edge. I was like, oh, that's just thin to be thin. It looks nice in photos. You can do the whole look at how thin it is, right? You can hold it like that and look at how thin that is. It looks cool, but um, it's a different thing when you actually hold it. Like
And
so to
using
actually
it.
hold it and use it, how thin and light it
Yep.
is in your pocket, having a big screen that's still
Yep.
thin and light in your
It
pocket.
disappears in your hand,
Um,
folks. It's not a
it's a
sales
big
pitch.
deal. I would agree. It's a big deal.
Yep.
Like personally, I miss the cameras, but I carry multiple phones, so I got better
Yeah.
cameras anyway. So yeah, I mean, I'm really liking the S25 Edge just
I
because
love it.
I
I
do
love
like the
it.
thinness, and I get
It's
it,
it's
right? So that's why Apple says you got to hold this thing to really believe it,
And Samsung said the same thing about the Edge, and people brushed it off immediately. They said, "No, there's no way that phone's gonna have good battery. There's no way it's gonna be that good. It's gonna overheat." None of those things are true. The Edge has never overheated. It has great battery. Some people still frown. I wish it would have had the actual cameras of the Galaxy S. That's just it is what it is, man. The cameras on the Galaxy S25 Edge have been phenomenal, depending on how you're using your phone and what you're going to use it for. And for just the everyday person, if you give them the Edge, they're going to be like, wow, this is amazing how thin. They're going to focus on what it feels like in the hand. And then everything else comes with it. It has great software, has good cameras, good battery, in my opinion. It's a stable phone. And I think it's a great competitor for the Edge, or excuse me, for the Air when it comes out, because the Air, we all know that the iOS is going to be smooth. It's going to be stable. They hardly ever release something that's just going to fail out of the box or have a bunch of bugs. And when they do, they push the updates to it. So
well,
I don't.
depends on who you talk to. A lot of people
Oh
complain about
yeah,
iOS bugs, but I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
depends on how
I've
deep in the software you go, I guess. But
I've never really had any issues with iOS unless I'm doing the betas, and I'm on one of the betas, and I'm still not having any issues. So, um, like out of the box, out of the gate, a new phone drops from Apple. I don't recall ever just having a ton of problems, but that has happened with Android before, multiple times. Even in this day and age, Samsung's is proven to be very stable. That's why people think Samsung is the standard for Android, and it should be Google. But people see Samsung as the standard for Android, and I could see why. But I think with Apple, they're really testing the waters with the Air the most. They focused on the Air, the entire thing, just the whole presentation pretty much was about the Air. The way I see it, when they started talking about the phones, they gave the Air a lot of time. They gave
yeah,
the Air a lot of shine.
yeah, I think like you said, software. I'm not really worried about software. Remember before you'd be scared to update your phone because it might brick it or something weird might happen. Like especially on the
Yeah,
Android side, I'd be like terrified to update my phone. Now
yeah,
like, I don't even think twice about it. I think
yeah,
most major companies, their software is pretty stable. Yeah,
yeah,
there's a few bugs here and there, but it's not like before where you'd be just afraid to update your phone.
yeah,
But yeah, I think you're right. They're trying to sell the Air, right? That this is the new, you know, elegant phone, right? They even say it. It's elegance, right?
yeah,
So that used to be the Pro and the Pro Max, right?
yep.
So you could make this argument. I hear people saying it. They're saying they made the Pro and the Pro Max more industrial and less,
Oh,
less aesthetic pleasing
yeah,
because it's all about performance, and so they
yeah,
sacrifice the design to make to do all the cooling to get the best possible performance and the biggest battery. And this Air is now going to be the new pretty phone, the elegant
yeah,
phone, right?
right.
And it's possible because this is the only one with the titanium with the polished
Yep,
sides. Apple's marketing this as elegance, right?
yep.
And they're making it really thin for the shock value. So yeah, this is going to be like it's positioned as that pretty elegant phone and not the Pro model anymore.
You think it's almost
So
there to like take over as well?
well, it's the one they want to push as far as do you want the pretty phone, right?
Yeah,
And so that used to be the Pro models.
yep,
Now it's this phone, right? And like you said, they didn't put a 17 and a number in it because it's going to be like the SE probably, right? They may not
yep,
update this thing every year.
yeah,
They probably want to see how this does this first year, but
yeah,
yeah, they're trying to set it apart, right? So it's not a 17; it's just the Air.
right.
And if you want pure elegance and you want the really nice, pretty phone, you get the Air. And because
Absolutely.
that means you're not focused, right? You don't care if it's missing a camera. You don't care
Yeah,
that it's a bit of a GIMP Pro chip. You don't care that it's a smaller battery, right? You just want the pretty phone, and it'll last you all day, quote unquote, right? It'll last you long enough. It'll have a good enough camera. It's got the new selfie camera, so It'll have all the basic things that most people want, but it'll be really pretty and it'll be really, you can show your friends, hey, check this thing out, right? So
Now, what do you think about the people laughed at the 16E? I laughed at the 16E, then I ended up liking it. The 16E, it does what you basically need to do. It's lacking in a lot of areas for a tech enthusiast, but it might not be lacking for the average person. I end up not using my pro models anymore. Current day, I just start. The reason being is 'cause I like the size. The 16E is smaller than the Pro, so I prefer a 6-inch to 6.1. That's my sweet spot for phones because I carry multiple phones, and so that's why the Flip 7s and all those phones are great for me because I can carry because right now I'm carrying the Pro 10 Pro XL, the Z Flip 7, and the iPhone 16E has always been in there, but I'm replacing the iPhone 16E more than likely with this Air or the 17 to regularly carry. So as my iPhone of choice. But what do you think about the people who feel like what you just said is how do you compare that to the 16E? What happened with the 16E? Because I think the 16E sales numbers were way better than what people thought they would be.
well, the 16E is there to be the quote unquote cheap iPhone, right? The least expensive iPhone. That's what it's there for. And right now it's $200 less, right, than the 17. I think the 17 is more than $200 worth of an upgrade.
Yeah, I do.
But
I agree. I
for
agree.
for people, that $200 is a big deal. And so if you're really price sensitive and you only care about price and you want an iPhone,
Yeah.
and you want to buy new, you want to buy it from Apple, then 16E is going to be your phone by default. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
for that market, right? The people who want
Yeah.
the spend the least amount of money, they want an iPhone, but they want a new one from Apple. I don't want to
Yeah.
go like third party. I don't want to buy a refurbished thing. I don't want to go to Swap. I don't even know about Swappa,
Yeah.
right? I just go into the Apple store, I buy the least expensive phone. It's good enough for me. That's the 16E. I think if you're willing to spend $200 more, the 17 is worth more than $200 an upgrade compared to that thing.
Yeah.
So I would encourage people, hey, if you got the money, right, I would go with the 17, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would actually enjoy the features more, right? You're gonna have the new selfie camera, you're gonna have better battery
Yeah.
life,
You get
you're
that
gonna
ultra wide
have
camera.
you're gonna have the better display. I think the promotion display is gonna be a big deal because
It
for a
is.
while I didn't care about 60 hertz in an iPhone, but looking at the 16 that I got this past year, I
Yeah.
can tell the difference. I use the Pro all the time, so I go back to that 16. I now can tell the difference. Before I
Yeah.
couldn't tell as much. Now the gap is so much bigger in these displays that you can definitely tell. And so I think the promotion is going to be a huge deal for people,
It is.
even the everyday person.
It is. It is. So
Like
I
once
see
you
some
see it, it's hard to go back. I would agree. Like
once
before
you
the displays, even the higher refresh rate stuff, it wasn't quite as good yet. So the 60 hertz was still, you couldn't tell that big of a difference. Now I think the gap is pretty big.
I just I think you're definitely on something because other people have said this offline in like forums I've been reading that the 17 is, and they've been posting it in my comments a lot too. Jay, I think the 17 is actually the better purchase over the Air. The Air is the glitz, the glamour. It has the pro chip. It has a lot of pro things about it, I guess, titanium and all those things. But if you're getting down to functionality, I ordered some people. I'm quoting someone that I ordered a 17. I like the Air, but I ordered the 17 because it's got a bigger battery. It's got 2 cameras, but they didn't speak about all the things that I said it didn't have. This was before I even posted that video. But I can see how a person would view it that way, and I don't think that person was like this tech enthusiast person. I think it's a person who buys a phone every year based on their comment, and they say, you know what, I thought it through, and I just went with the 17, basically just on functionality because the 17 did get an upgrade. Like it got a better display, it got a bigger display, bigger battery. There's a lot of things about the 17 that are good. Um, but I just feel like also guys, what phones are you using right now? And if you ordered an iPhone, what phone are you going to be using next aside alongside that iPhone that you ordered? And yeah, what's your lineup? What's going to be your lineup, and what's your lineup right now? But I just really feel like some things on the Air, like up here, Grant. What do you think about people saying? Where is it at? I did it earlier. Wait, where did it
See,
go?
I like that picture, but I think,
Which one?
when they showed what's inside that quote unquote plateau or
Oh
camera
yeah.
bar,
Oh yeah.
I think they're trying to that's a whole marketing thing, right? We created this bar for a reason, right? See all the stuff we packed in here
Mm-hmm.
so that we could give you all the battery possible and the rest of the body.
Yeah.
They're showing that to make that case, right? But I think they also shoot themselves in the foot by doing this a little bit,
I
right?
think so too.
Like by revealing all this, I think you're shooting yourself
Yeah.
a little bit in the foot by it, but they're trying to justify that bar, right? And the
Yeah.
thinness. And so I get all the negativity on the thinness, but if Apple's design objective was to make the thinnest phone, they achieved it. And
They
so
achieved
doing
it.
all this was necessary.
Yep.
So it's not just marketing hype, right?
Yeah.
They're acknowledging that we want to make the thinnest possible phone. And
Yeah.
it even if it had to sacrifice in camera and all that, they don't care, right? They this is what you get for the thinnest possible phone, and so this is for the people, like we said, who want form over function, and
Yeah.
they're okay with the things that are missing. Not
Yeah.
not everyone cares about the things that are missing. They want maybe the nicer, prettier, thinner thing,
And
right? And that's for them. If you care about function over form, yeah, the 17 is a huge, very good deal, and it can be overlooked because it looks exactly the same. But it's going to be your best deal if you care about function and
yeah,
price.
and for the price of a entry level Air, you can get a 512 gig 17. So, what do you think about? Some people are saying, oh, they need to remove the camera button from the iPhones, not just the Air, just the iPhones in general. And I'll be fair and say I never hit my camera button. I don't know the last time I used my
I'm
camera
impressed that they
button.
kept it in the air, to be
I know,
honest.
I know it's so thin. It's so thin.
I don't think most people will care if they got rid of it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Even everyday people, I doubt people
yeah,
care about that camera button.
yeah. I don't think my wife ever clicked hers.
People are just so used to tapping the on screen,
Yeah.
which is why the new selfie camera is such a big deal with the center stage, right? You don't have to
Yes.
rotate the phone.
Yep.
Um, but at the same time, I thought that was really cool when I saw that. I was like, oh, that's something. I was wondering when they're going to bring center stage to the phones,
Which would be
right?
great. Some people are saying it's not really center stage, but it is center stage. It's center stage.
I mean, they're branding it that so it's all consistent, right?
Yeah.
But the fact it's basically like a regular camera where they have that the open gate concept where it's
Yeah.
just one big square. You record and then you can crop to whatever
Yes.
aspect ratio you want later. That would have been
Yes.
nice if you could do that, but this just shifts the aspect ratio,
That's all.
which is nice. So you don't have to rotate the phone. I get it, and
Yep.
Apple clearly made it a marketing point for people to say that we did that because people look at the camera when you have it in portrait mode. If you rotate it, people aren't looking at the camera, so it can come out weird.
Right.
But I thought about it, I'm like, well, how hard is it to just rotate your camera anyway? And you get
It's
a bigger
not.
you get a
It
bigger
is.
viewfinder, so people group shots can see
Yeah.
themselves better.
Yeah.
But I do get it, right? It's easier to just do it that way, especially if you just say auto. I don't care, just let it do
Right.
whatever it wants automatically for me. So
Right.
it is a nice touch. I'll give them that.
They've done some things, man, that are just the thing about Apple is their marketing is sometimes better than the competition, even if their product is not. This is a known fact. I mean, they have some great marketing. People feel special. They feel that Apple's doing things magically. They think that Apple's doing something very
They
creative.
did say that though.
I
If it's
know.
on your bingo card, they still mention magic.
Yep. Magical. They love that word. It's a good selling point for them. It's about getting in someone's head. Marketing 101. You got to get in there and tell them what they want. Don't ask them what they want. You tell them what they want, and then they'll just buy what you tell them to buy. And I think a lot of times, not just with Apple, but with a lot of OEMs, a lot of the OEMs are sidestepping, and they're all doing something to kind of sleight of the hand to get by, where it's not really as great as what they're saying it is. I just think Apple probably does that. They do that better than the other OEMs. Like the sleight of the hand with Apple is very easy to do. Like like I put it up. I gotta show it here. Um, so it's comical at best when you see the way they market this, and people just kind of like, oh, okay, and they agree with it. But it's funny when you think about when they say this, and I said they're the only ones that could say this and get away with it, and it just seems like okay, it's right down here. It's
The
it's
two in one.
funny when you think
Well, they
about
doubled
this.
down. They said 8-in-1. It's like
The
8 lenses in one.
Yeah, yeah. A camera is so advanced, it's like getting 2 in 1, and if you go over to the comparison, it's gonna show 2 in 1. It's gonna show that listed now.
I mean, we
It's
talked about this when they came out with the 16E, right? Because it had a
Yep.
single camera and they use the same marketing tactic. I'm like, that's borderline false advertising, right?
Look right here.
And they tripled
2 in
down
1
on it
camera
this time.
system. It says it right there, 2 in 1 camera system.
And even on the page, if you go to the actual iPhone, whatever the iPhone Pro page,
Yeah.
it'll say what they said, 8 lenses in one.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
on the Pro lineup.
I'm like, no, it's maybe 8 focal lengths in one, right? It's not 8 lenses in one. I mean, you're cropping on them. You're cropping on a sensor.
Yeah.
Right? So
I saw that down. It's down
right
here
here.
somewhere.
It's right here.
Here we go.
It's
Right here.
there.
Right there.
Yep.
Boom, boom.
I think
boom,
right below
boom,
they
boom,
say it.
boom,
I think
boom.
8-in-1 right below it. Yep, there you go.
That's just
8
nuts.
Pro lenses. 8 Pro lenses in your pocket.
That's just nuts, though.
I mean, it's 8 focal lengths. Okay.
Yeah, it's not
but,
pro,
like,
but
it's
again,
not individual lenses. So I mean, I get it. People don't care, but I mean,
No, but they should.
It's borderline false advertising.
It is.
In fact, it's not even borderline.
it is
really
false advertising because you don't have 8 lenses in your pocket. You just don't.
I
Yeah,
mean, if you want to go that way, there's Android phones that have what, like 30 then in your
30
pocket, like
right?
If you
What
want to talk
about
about
how
focal
many
length,
lenses are
right?
in the S25 Ultra? How many lenses does that phone
Yeah,
have?
or you want to go with Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo. I
Oh my
mean,
God,
don't.
yes,
If you want to go that
yes.
route,
Yeah, it's comical at best. And again, it goes back to what I just said. Apple can get away. Their marketing, it's just people just believe it. They just kind of look at it and say, "Wow, that's amazing." And every year, people say they talk about Apple and they say Apple says the same thing every year. This is by far the most advanced iPhone we've ever made. Well, technically, they're not lying because they're only talking about themselves. They are topping themselves. But it's kind of weird to keep saying that every year. We made the best iPhone. We made the best iPhone. This is the most advanced iPhone. Well, obviously, you
I really
better
hope
be
it's the
better than
best
yourself,
iPhone.
huh?
I hope it's the best iPhone.
Exactly, because it's the
I think they
latest
said in the
one.
beginning of the presentation too. That lady, I forgot what executive she was, but she said it's my favorite iPhone yet. I'm like, I really hope so, lady. Like, it'd be pretty bad if it wasn't.
Well, my favorite is the 13 Pro Max. I still have it. I got that limited green color. I just don't plan on getting rid of that phone. I think because it has the SIM tray and it's still very good on cameras, phenomenal on battery. I use that phone still to this day. It charges
Which one
still
is
to
that? The
100. The 13 Pro
13 Pro
Max.
Max.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
I have mine right here. Yeah, 13 Pro Max. I got in the baby blue. I like
Yeah,
that one.
I had the baby blue. As a matter of fact, my youngest, no, I got her. I just recently got her a 16 Pro Max terabyte. But yeah, my youngest daughter, she still has her blue 13 Pro Max. She loved it, didn't want to give it up. But the 13 Pro Max, this is one of the best phones, if not the best iPhone. From I think this is the best phone they've made. It doesn't have the best video cameras and all that stuff now, but it's just one of the it's the last great iPhone. I've said that multiple times. I think it's the last great iPhone. These
You
current
can tell it.
iPhones,
You can actually tell this is blue, by the way.
absolutely, you can. I think that's now to me. If I'm going to pick the best, that's the best 13 Pro Max or 13 because it's blue. I like the blue color. And my daughter took it. So,
You know what's
uh,
funny is I did a camera comparison between the 13 Pro Max and the 16 Pro Max, and people are actually upset in the comments that they're like, "Why does the 13 Pro Max look so good?"
it's just
They're mad.
it is
They're
what it
actually mad.
is,
They're like,
man. It's just they did a great job on that phone, and you can still get them. Well, you could get them. You could get some. There's a few left in inventory in the pre-owned section with Apple. There's a few 13s left, but I don't think there's any blue ones left in there. I don't think there's
I
any
think
blue
what's
ones
going to be
left in there.
interesting is that they bumped up the camera in the base iPhones
Hmm.
from the I think it's from the 14. I think the 14 and the 15 have the same main sensor as the 16 and the 17. And so I think if you have an iPhone 14 or a 14 Plus or 15 and a 15 Plus, right? I'm
Oh
betting the
no, let's
camera
go here. You
performance.
say
I'm betting the
here.
camera performance will be very similar. So this is why they compare everything. If you look at all their comparisons on the page, it's to like an iPhone 14 or an iPhone 15 because obviously they want to upgrade you from those. But if you have like a 12, I think the iPhone 13 is still very popular because I think my
Oh,
channel,
definitely.
there's still people
It has a
watching a lot
SIM
of my
card.
they're still watching iPhone 13 videos.
Yeah, it
It's
has
like
a
one
SIM
of my
card.
it's still searching high in my analytics, iPhone 13. But from the 14 series is when they bumped up the cameras. And so I think if you have like a 14 or 15 series iPhone, camera wise, you're probably still gonna be pretty good. And the 13 was actually quite good still compared to the 16.
Look at here's the okay. So let's go to the 13 Pro from these right here, the 16 and the 17. I just love the 13 Pro because it was nice, small. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I
the
got to get
13
one.
still had the smaller sensor. They bumped up the
Oh my
sensor in the
god,
14, but the 13 still has good results because of the pixel binning. So it still has a
yeah,
12 megapixel main camera,
yeah,
but it's still a decently large lens. It's not that much smaller than
yeah.
the 14 through the 17. So that's why
Sad,
the results are still pretty good. It's just only if you want to like zoom in and pixel peep, you'll see the difference. But
Sadly enough, if you want a Pro iPhone from Apple, all you have to do is wait 1 or 2 generations because they give it to the lower trim of the next version of the next year. Because you look at this 13 Pro, look at the cameras. This is
yeah,
a
that's what I'm saying.
16 and a
It's
13.
just a
Yeah,
slight difference in sensor size, but like
yeah,
they bumped it from the 14. The sensors. So if you got like a 14 from a 14 up, it's should probably still be pretty good. And what's
yeah,
crazy is you can get if you want a plus model because you can't get a plus model, that's the other thing. If you want, like you said, people want the bigger screen. So
yep,
if they want a bigger screen to save money, they got the plus. Now you
yep.
can't do that. If you want the big screen,
They took
sorry,
it away.
you gotta go max,
Absolutely.
right? And so I think if you bought like
Or you got to go
refurbished
Air.
I think if you want to save money, get like and you want a bigger display, get like a
Mhm.
refurbished 14 plus or 15 plus.
Let me
And
see
I
if they have some. Let
those
me.
those
I'm gonna
those
go
things are
into the
like,
refurbished store real quick. Hold on,
I
let
don't
me
know how
see
much
here.
Apple is, but you can find them refurb even on Amazon renewed. You can find them for like four something,
Yeah,
400,
I'm
420,
gonna see
four
if I can get
twenty for
into the
the,
refurbished store real quick.
and that's a good value.
Let me go down to the store. Let me
I think
find
you
the
I think you
refurbished
if you go
store.
15 plus, you'll probably find one for like 400 something bucks, 420, 430, and that's really good. And I think camera performance is going to be pretty close to the 17 would be
I'm
my
gonna
guess.
find. I'm gonna go down to the phones here for the certified. Here we go. Oh man, they have. Oh, there's no more. Yeah, see, people bought them up. Oh, let me turn the screen back on. Hold on. People bought them up because there was a ton of.
That was going to be my fear when they took away the plus model. I'm like, oh, people who wanted the
Yeah,
plus, they're going to start buying up the old ones.
they took away. There was 14 pluses in here, 13s in here. They're all gone. There are people buying them up now. There's only 14s and 15 pros in here. That SIM card tray. There were so many 13 pros in here, man. It was ridiculous. Now there's only 14s and a few 15 pros. Wow.
Or they just took them down.
Or they just took them down. So now you'll have to get them from Amazon if you want to get one. Yeah. But the 13 Pro Max and the 13 Pro to me were the last great iPhones. They were the best, man. They were the best. It's just what it is. I just like those the most. This was a good one right here. I hate that I had a 512 white and I sold it for the 16, I believe. Eventually I did, and I regret doing it because it was pretty much the same phone. I was like, man, my experience was really identical. There was no difference here at all, man. But one flop here. Let's talk about it.
Does Apple even talk about this anymore?
I'm thinking about. I'm not gonna say it on the stream, but I'm thinking about the conversation that was being had in our chat. so so wrong, man. I'm not gonna. I'm not that type of person, but I'm just gonna say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, man. It was just people yeah. Nonetheless, I avoided it there, and I'm gonna avoid it here. So I'm just gonna say this was one of the worst things that a person could have bought from Apple. This was not a great idea. $3,500. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who bought this pay monthly for it, or if they did buy it outright, they're still paying monthly somewhere to their credit card or something. This was one of the worst ever things that Apple has
Because
brought out.
have they made any improvements to that
Absolutely,
software
there's
and that
nothing.
operating system?
There's
Nothing,
nothing.
right? I don't hear them
Nothing.
talking about it even.
They don't even talk. You know how I know this is a flop? Okay, so because I actually thought about it. I went into the military store, right? In the education store, it was not there. The entire time on the launch, it was not there. Now it's there. You can buy this on discount now. That's how I know it's a flop.
Yeah, that was going to be the big application, right? Education and healthcare.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you can tell they couldn't get the developers on board to
Could
build
not.
their
Too much
apps
work.
for spatial computing, right?
Too much.
So
This is a
that's why they
joke.
don't talk about it, right?
This
No
is
one's
a joke.
developing for it, so they're like, forget it.
This is the worst. If you bought this, man, you got. And so the thing I hate, or I
But you
hate
must
to
have a
say,
really strong neck though if you kept using it.
yeah. The bad part is a lot of people follow. This is why I always tell people, don't when you look at creators and stuff online, or excuse me, influencers, you need to be careful because they'll tell you how great it is and all this other stuff, but they didn't pay for it. They didn't pay for it. They did not pay for it. It was sent to them, and so they're going to review it. They're going to give you follow ups on it probably, but in fact, it is not a good deal. So it's not even discounted at the education store either. But for military, it's discounted. This is the education store, and it's still $3,500. But for military, it's less than that. It's like $500 less. For me, it is. It's like $3,000 for this.
That's still not cheap.
That's still not cheap. It's $3,000 if you're a military and government, depending on your level. I think it's different for. I think the military is all the same, but if you have a clearance or different things, you get bigger discounts depending on. I think
That's still some bread, man. Three
I would not pay
grand
$3,000 for this. Absolutely not. Let's see
for
how much the
basically
phones are. Are the phones
for
discounted for education?
basically a moving watching machine, right?
Yeah. So are
Like,
the
what are you
I
gonna
don't
do with that other than watch like a movie or
I
something?
guess the phones aren't discounted for educators. No, they're not. At least these aren't. They're discounted for military though. Um So let's see if the pro models are discount. There's no discounts on phones for educators. No, they're not. They're not discounted.
Yeah,
Nope.
don't you think like the common application for the Vision Pro are things like entertainment, and you can do that on much cheaper devices that are much smaller, like
Absolutely.
like the glasses that they have. They're
Absolutely.
much smaller, much cheaper. They
Absolutely.
accomplish the same thing. So I don't know.
Absolutely. Here's some post your questions in here, guys. I'm catching up now. Let me see here. Let's see. They pop up.
People are upset at the trade-in values, which they should be.
They should be.
That's pretty bad. Even for the remember when Apple used to give some decent trade-in for their own phones?
They
Now
did.
it's pretty bad. I think it's like for even a 16 series, like I think for an iPhone 16 Pro or something, it's still like five under $600 for that. They'll give you
Yeah.
like 580 for a Pro 16 Pro. I'm like, man, that is definitely not worth that. And don't worry, guys, Jay will be back. It's just dips in and out.
More
It's
stuff going
restream.
wrong. Yeah,
There you
here we
go.
are. We're back. Just things I don't know what the deal is, but I'll get your questions in here, guys. I want to. I see someone question here. Should I get a 1 terabyte if I use the camera a lot? Man, that's up to you. I mean, um, should you?
Are you are you using ProRes? And
Yeah,
and
because
do you
if
want to use the ProRes RAW or
yeah, if you're
Apple
not
Log
using
2?
ProRes or ProRes RAW, there's really no need to. I guess I would say if you look at it that way, like Grant
Well,
said.
unless you shoot a ton of video, I guess maybe.
I shoot a ton of video and I
But
Max.
even if you shot ProRes or ProRes RAW, I don't even think 2 terabytes is enough. I think you just
It's
need to get
not
external.
enough.
You just need to get external storage anyway. So,
Yeah, I
which
use
you
an
can record to
external.
external storage. You should just
I
get
use a
external
two
storage.
terabyte external C type C.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm gonna go real like do like a 4K 60 all the time, I have 2 terabyte
But that's why
4K
I'm saying they
60.
focused on the Pro stuff and the Pro model this year, which is actually a really good thing to see, right? They sacrificed a lot of the design this year to make it perform its best. They made it bigger. They actually made it thicker and heavier this year, right?
Yeah, that's a
To focus
deterrent for
on
me alone. I,
the thermals, to give you more storage, and to give you better battery life. And all those things are pro level things. So it's good to see them actually do that. And I think ProRes RAW is really cool to have if you're, if you're really using it for that, which there are people that do that. And so
yeah,
if you're really a pro user like that, I think they really did a lot of good upgrades to the pro model this year. And they made the compromises to the hardware to make it as best possible because they have the new elegant Air.
yeah,
So
right.
the pro really is pro kind of this year.
finally, finally, it's a pro. What do you
Or
think about this, Grant?
Apple's treating it that way, you could say, So
Yeah, if I have a 13 Pro, should I upgrade to the 17 Pro? I think only if your phone is broken. Like if you're,
the answer is always depends.
yeah, it just depends on how you're using your phone. If you really, I wouldn't give up the 13 Pro. I would just buy the 17 Pro. If you just really want the 13 Pro. You're gonna. I think some people might miss that SIM card more than they think they would. I mean, even on one other, I think it was a comment section on another video. Someone saying when regular consumers put their SIM cards on their phone, they don't even bother with it again. Okay, to a certain extent, that's true. But when you take away the ability, a person will eventually notice. It's gonna hit them. They're gonna hit a brick wall at some point and find troubles and be like, "Well, why can't I just do like a?" It's gonna come up. So what's your reasoning for switching from the 13 Pro to the 17 Pro? Is it just video? Is it just a newer design? It could be anything, but I don't think I've always told people don't switch just to switch. Like if you don't need it, if your phone's working flawlessly, just save your money because you're going to get the same iOS experience. My 13 Pro Max has the latest software. You know what I mean? So unless you can find a really good reason to switch, I would not switch.
If your battery's just done.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you can replace the battery now. So you
But
can go
yeah,
to the
you
Apple
could get
store.
something. You could
Yeah.
get something else.
It doesn't even cost a lot to swap that battery out now.
Yeah.
Apple Store will do it for you. Yeah. 13 Pro Max 1 terabyte for 1050. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. You got a 1 terabyte for 1050. That's a pretty good deal. Gonna
I
get
get
the Air just for fun.
2 terabytes for $2,000, man. $1,000 a terabyte.
That's crazy. That's crazy. My personal thing. What's going on, man? I didn't even see you in here. He says Apple trade-ins are the most horrible in the universe. Of course,
In the
they,
universe, that's a
they've never
big
had good
place.
trade-ins ever.
They used to give you more for their
They did
phones,
a long time ago. I haven't
but
seen
like the
that since
last
like the
several
12 or
years has been
13.
pretty bad. It's been bad for several years
The
now.
last time I saw, I think it was good, was around the 13.
Yeah, I
If I
think it
can
was.
remember,
Yeah, I think you're right.
around the
Yeah,
13, because when the 14 came, I was like, I'm not giving up my phone for this. And
yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to me too. I was like,
yeah, because I ended up keeping my 13 and just buying the 14. And eventually I
yeah,
sold the 14. I did not like the 14. For some reason, I just didn't feel the oomph from the 13. I just didn't feel it. So I was so happy that I didn't give up my 13, and then I ended up just keeping the 13 this whole time. And that trading value, I believe it stopped around the 13 because I was getting like 900 for the on the max versions.
I think it was
Yeah.
still feeling the. I think it was still feeling the bitterness from the SIM card removal.
Oh yeah, you're right,
In
man.
the 14, in the 14, it was fresh. So
Yep. It was new. It was new. I just they're so wrong for that. They're wrong on so many levels for taking away that SIM card. Yeah, Android. I don't even think it's just Android. Samsung is the only one that gives good trade-in values. Google
yeah,
doesn't. Motorola doesn't. Nobody
OnePlus trade-in
gives.
value is pretty bad too.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
it,
Samsung only pretty much.
it's only Samsung. They're the only ones that
Yeah,
gives
Google's not
great
that great
trade-in.
either. Yeah,
Google's horrible. They're
Google was
wrong
actually
for.
pretty good on the older stuff this year though. Like in 8 Pro was pretty
Oh
good
yeah,
trade-in value.
yeah. That changed though. It's gone now. It's now only $200.
Yeah, it was like the
Yeah.
pre-order stuff. Yeah.
Got a 15 Pro, thinking of upgrading to the 17 Pro. Thermal issues and battery doesn't last a day. Do you? I mean, if you're having problems, sell it, dude. Get rid of it. You know, again,
Or if it's because battery health is down, like Jay said, just replace
yeah,
the battery. But it could be
yeah,
because your battery
yeah.
is just dying
The
already.
thermal issues could be because of the battery. I say. So if you just want to save some money, you can get a battery replaced at Apple. I believe like a couple $100 now. It was the 15, so I don't know about the 15. I know the 13s don't cost that much, but I don't know about the 15 battery replacement. So you might not want to do that at Apple. But what if you get the 17 and then the battery's not as good? You know, the 15 Pro and the 13 Pro were really good iPhones to me. And I really hate it when I gave up my 15 Pro.
Yeah, I'd be pretty confident about the 17 battery life though. The 16 battery life was pretty good, and so if they're saying the
Yeah,
17 is even better, and it's a more efficient chip, so I
yeah,
wouldn't doubt that it would be a better battery life in the 17. But that's not the sole reason why you need to upgrade.
yeah. No, because in theory, if you just wanted to save money, you would just get the battery replaced, and it'll look brand new when Apple gets done with it. You know, they I've watched technicians take apart iPhones right in front of me. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. It's quick too, man. They sometimes they'll go to the back and come back and like, oh, I swapped your battery. Or I swapped. Something broke on my phone. It was something a battery on one of my older phones or a screen. Hey, that thing swapped out so quick and sealed up. I was like, whoa. So
I think
their
what's going to be
support.
interesting is I think the untested stuff this year in the 17 series is going to be the N1 chip and the C1X modem.
Oh yes, they focused on
So
that a lot when they talked about the
you would
Air.
assume it would be good this year because they already had the C1, so the C1X should be better. But these are
Right.
all kind of new for Apple, so
Well,
they
I mean,
they should be good, but those are still you never know.
I I um I don't think
It's never been their strong suit, right?
no.
So wireless performance, modem performance. So the N1 chip and the C1X, those are things to watch out for, I think.
Now on the Air topic, the Air is obviously the topic that people are gonna focus on a lot because it's the new from Apple. So if you don't have the orange iPhone 17 Pro, people probably won't know that you have the new iPhone. If you don't have the Air, they probably won't know that you have the new iPhone. But what company do you want to see next in the US bring out a thin phone? I want to see Google do it.
I don't think Google has a priority. I mean, look at they came up with this. Google's going the opposite direction, which
Yes,
I'm
they
kind of
are.
okay with. They're like, forget thin. We're going big and chunky, man. We're sticking with that,
Oh
and I'm okay.
man.
I don't really mind that to be honest. But
I want Google to do it. I would love to see that would make me want to use a bigger phone more because the Edge is a big phone, but you just can't tell when you. Some people just don't believe us when we say you got to use the Edge. It just feels like it's not there.
I
You
think it's
for
okay to offer one as long as you keep the rest of
yeah,
your phones because like this year, I think the iPhone lineup is really nice this year because
it is.
now you've kind of got like a real phone for everyone for iPhone,
You
right?
do.
So like if you don't like the thin just to be thin, you don't have to get the Air. You get something else that you probably like. So
Yeah,
they got the big chunky powerhouse in the Pro,
yeah,
right? They got the really elegant, thin, cool looking Air, right? If you want the
right.
latest and greatest, cool looking thing. And then if you just want something practical and budget friendly, you got the 17 or the
17.
16E or
Yeah,
16E. I mean,
yeah,
so
16.
like they got something for based off whatever you prioritize in a phone, you know?
No denying, no, Grant. This is one of the most beautiful pixels. This Moonstone is just sick. It is. The color is sick, and I've been using this every day. And I don't really care for large phones. I did have some regret from not getting the small Pro, but I have the Indigo here, just in that same size, and I just don't see the need to buy the Pro model as well. I really want the small Pro because I'm a small phone type person, but I've just been kind of swapping around with the 10. but the Pro is really good. I mean, I just love this color. I actually was on the site today and was going to buy a small Moonstone Pro, and I was like, "Don't do it." So I'm just don't. You already have. You'll have three phones. What are you going to sell?
Well,
Like,
wait,
man.
if you just got the iPhone too, so
Yeah, I know.
you'll play with the Air anyway. So when it gets here,
Yeah, I know.
that's like next
Yeah,
week. So
yeah. It's Friday. It's Friday or something like that. So I'm
yeah,
definitely
indigo.
excited. See, yeah, there you go. That's beautiful to me. I just decided I'm just
This
gonna
is nice.
get the color is very, very nice in person. It's really good. Yours is
Hold up
really
yours.
accurate.
Like
Yeah,
hold up.
your camera is bringing that up. Really accurate. The phone actually looks like we're holding the same phone, folks, and the color is actually more like his phone color. This camera I'm using is this webcam I got from this company. I'm not gonna put them on blast, uh,
Or
but
if you stick in a case, it's
yeah,
just gonna look like
is
that.
that a Rinky case?
No, shout out to Carl. This is Thinborn.
Oh, that's Thinborn. Oh, okay. Because I had put mine. I like the Rinky case on mine.
You can tell by the
The
fingerprints.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the grip, the Rinky Onyx is just
But
it's the one.
this is not a rip on Thinborn. This is pretty much any Aramid case.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
have
All of
they
them.
got
Yeah,
fingerprints, man.
yeah. But I actually used the Thinborn on the Pro. I use this Thinborn on the Pro.
I
Those
got my
times that I
peak.
go outside sometimes.
I got my peak design for my Pro.
That's boss. That's a beast mode case.
I love this case. It's really
That's a
nice.
beast mode case.
Yeah.
But I got the Thinborn on the Pro model, and it's cool, man. I mean, it's
And
cool.
I got nothing but a skin on my edge.
I don't have anything on my edge, dude. I'm bare bones. It's so thin. I mean,
I
you
just
got a
stuck a
skin on.
skin
Oh,
on for
you do
grip.
have a skin on there.
I just put a skin on for grip.
I
But
remember we talked about that last time. You do have a skin on there.
I was like, I'm not putting a case on this. That defeats the whole point.
It just feels so good, man. Oh my
Screen
god.
protector, screen protector, and skin, just the bare minimum. Too.
So
Yeah.
are you going to? Because that's what I was thinking about on the air. I don't wear cases at all, predominantly, folks. But when I do, those are the cases that I will have it in. But the edge just probably when I have where's my case that I usually have on the edge? I put it on sometimes. It's that official Samsung case. Oh, this one. That
Well,
official
even
blue case. I
Apple
bought
doesn't
this
necessarily.
one.
I don't think Apple wants you to use a case either. They sell the bumper. They have a case, but they're
Yeah,
marketing
they've got that.
they're showing off the bumper case.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna. I just feel like the way people feel about the Air right now without having it is the same way people felt about the Edge when they didn't have it. But when the numbers came in and people started using the Edge, yeah, people across the
I
board.
don't
I
know
think
if
there
they
was a
sold a lot of
positive
this though.
reception.
Did they sell a lot of this?
I think they did,
I
man.
think it's like you said, the timing of when it came out would be the reason
I
why they
think
didn't
they
sell a
did.
lot of it.
It's 85
But
percent good battery. See,
with the
battery's
Air, I would try to
everything.
do something like this, like skin and screen protector.
I just
I
have a
did.
tempered glass on mine, but I don't have
I
a
got
skin.
a
But
I
maybe I
got a
should add a
foam
skin.
I got a foam back for the Air.
Hmm.
Just the foam back that acts like a case, but just the back.
Yeah.
So it's not a whole case. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm gonna
That's
try that.
nice.
If it's still too thick, I'll probably just go with the skin. So
What about this comment right here? I kind of in agreement with you. I would love to see them do it because I talked about this before. I think they should do a flip, and I think Apple should do a flip as well. But just on that conversation of thin, I would love to see them do a thin version of the Pixel 10 Pro XL or something like that. But I do hope that they do a flip soon. I really hope they do. I really hope they do. How do you guys feel about crossbody accessories? I better not catch any.
it's not new. I mean, they're just heavily advertising it.
Yeah, fellas.
I'm sure other people in the US have them, but they're really big in Asian countries. Like they're all
Yeah.
over the place.
Well, tons
So
of women wear
it's not a
crossbodies
new
here.
it's not a new accessory.
It's not new.
But it's
Apple's
just
doing
Apple is
it.
making a really big deal about it for
Yeah.
this.
I see a lot of women with crossbodies all the time. My wife has a whole bunch of those phone cases for her Samsungs, and she's had that stuff a long time. That's not new. Again, we talked about it earlier. Apple coining something as we did this, and people just like But the crossbody, and there's a lot of men wearing stuff like that already. They're calling it a Merce for a man's purse. I'm totally not going to do that. Closest I'm getting is to a fanny pack, and those have been around for
I
years.
think they're charging something like $56 for that.
They're
thing,
nuts.
So I'm like,
they're nuts too. They're freaking.
I'm pretty sure you can find a cheaper one. But
yeah, they're freaking. You can go to Amazon, $10 probably.
But the question is, did you get the Air? You got the Air, but did you get the Air battery pack? For
I did not
$100?
yet. I didn't, and I actually talked about that in the upcoming video
It's
because
$100.
I know.
But couldn't you just use the old Apple battery pack?
You can, and I have MagSafe battery packs already. They don't look like theirs, and they're probably a little.
I
thicker
actually
than
like
theirs.
I like the Apple MagSafe battery pack
I do.
because they can use the smart charging, right?
Yep.
No one it's proprietary to Apple, so it's not the highest capacity battery,
Yeah, I think
but
it's probably
because
gonna be like 2,000.
they build their
something like
own algorithms into how it charges,
Yeah.
it actually is pretty efficient. I actually like the Apple one. But they don't
I,
sell the Apple one anymore, right? They don't sell the standard
no, they don't. They just
Apple
have that
battery
one
pack
now.
anymore.
They just
Yeah,
have
they
that
just
one.
have the one for the Air only, right? It doesn't
Yes.
fit. It doesn't fit any other phone.
Nope. I didn't buy it right away because I want to
I don't
test
think you'll
out.
need it. I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
think
think
you'll
I'll
need
need it
it.
either. I want to test it out. I want to test the phone out, just bare bones. I want to test it out, and I'm just gonna put a screen protector on it. I've got a bunch of cases and stuff already. I'm gonna predominantly wear it with no case and just a tempered glass, like I do most phones. But I don't think I'll need that battery. And we have chargers, man. Like, what is this big thing about battery life being really, really horrible when you have a freaking charger? That was never a thing. It wasn't even a conversation until a few people online felt like, oh my gosh, I need to make this into a big thing. And then it just never went away. Like screen on time. I don't see the big deal about this. I count the time that I'm off the charger and my phone's still working. And when I need it, it's there. That's how I use phone. Because regularly I don't go around. There's not a lot of consumers that walk around talking about their screen on time. They just say, I haven't charged my phone
Well,
in 2 days or 3 days. And your phone is there when you need it. That's the
I
way
think
I use
people
a
know
phone.
their. I think people know their own usage, right? So like, if you're always mobile and you're always on the go all day, this is not the phone for you, and you probably know that, right?
Or they carry a
But if
battery
you're,
pack.
or I mean, I still wouldn't give it. But you probably know your own usage, right?
Yeah.
And so like but if you're like most people who are got a desk job or I think people have charging habits built in and they have opportunities to
Yes.
charge in a day where they do it in their
Yeah.
car, they'll do it at the office, they'll do it
Absolutely.
whatever coffee shop, whatever, right? So it's kind of built into people's lifestyle. And yes, it sucks that you have to do it, but I don't know that people
Yeah.
really care about it that
I don't
much.
think people even think about it the way tech enthusiasts think about it. I don't think they're walking around saying, "Oh my gosh, I had to charge 4 times today." They just put it on their
But
car
Apple did
and
it to
plug it up.
themselves in the presentation because they mentioned all day battery. Then they go, "Oh, here's this battery pack."
Yes, that's the problem.
But I would really be surprised if the battery life isn't pretty good.
I think it's
Like
going to be very good.
I think it should be sufficient to last you a typical day for most people.
I think it's going to be good. I think people
It's a
like
it's a
to.
large battery for Apple,
Yes,
and I think this chip will be efficient. So
people
I'd
like
be
to start
surprised
narratives, though,
if
man.
it
They
wasn't
they
good.
love to start narratives, and they love to set the tone for things, and they like to be the one to say. UPS just left something at my door. They like to be the ones that say,
Did you get early delivery of the iPhone? Did Apple send
no,
you one?
I wish. They like to be the ones to say, well, Apple does this all the time, man. And I don't know. I just don't, I don't think the iPhone is going to have bad battery, the Air. I really don't. This is just nuts right here, man. $60. They're nuts.
There you go.
Uh,
Yeah, $60. It's even
they're,
more.
they're nuts, bro. They are freaking nuts.
Is
But
it a name
someone's,
brand or is it a name brand or is it an Apple?
oh, here's the name. It's Sienna. Sienna.
No, that's the color. Right? I think this is just an Apple
Light
branded
blue.
thing. So
Light
I
blue.
guess.
This is what it's the same when they want you to finance something like this for 12 months. Like,
I guess
okay.
if it was like a designer brand, it'd be way more. So
Yeah, and this is just the strap, folks. This
oh yeah.
isn't what the case too.
It'd be funny if they sold you the buckles.
Yeah.
If they sell it'd be funny if they sold you the hook separately.
It will be
This is
realistic
just
for
a
them.
strap. You want the hook? It's gonna cost you more.
But some people might jump in there and buy this, but you need to buy a
I'm just
case to
kidding.
go with this.
Yeah.
This is just the strap. It says strap.
And
You got to
you
buy
need the
something
case
else
with the
to go
hooks,
with
right?
it.
Don't you need
Yes.
the case with the hooks?
Yeah, no, it comes. I think it is what the case is some kind
They
of
have to
way
have
that
them.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have to have the openings, the hooks for them.
there it is, right there.
There we go.
There
Yeah,
they are.
they have to.
Yeah, that's just
That's the
nuts, man.
bumper.
Yeah, that's
Remember,
the bumper.
was it who used to do the bumpers that were popular? Rhino Shield.
Oh yeah, Ran. Oh yeah, yeah. All their
I
cases
remember that was super
have
popular.
those
People were
in
making a
there.
big deal. All you need is a bumper, and they're throwing the phone around. It's
Yeah,
like
right. That I've cracked. I've seen people
Apple
crack.
brought back the bumper, man. Apple brought it
Yeah,
back.
yeah, because Microsoft did it with the what's the name, and it was very
The
popular.
Surface, yeah, the Surface
Yes,
bumper.
I still have my bumper. I have a brand new bumper in the box. I have I have an extra one that I have purchased. I got a brand new one
I
in the
think
box, and I
somebody
have
had a
one that's on the
question
phone.
about battery percentage. Do we put
Where's
that
it
one?
at?
Is 85% a good battery?
Oh yeah,
I
I
see
put that up
battery
there.
degradation. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah,
Any Apple will tell you anything under 90 is not good.
yeah,
And it's probably true. Like if you see you're having battery life problems, if you check your battery health, it'll probably be under 90.
yeah.
So it
This
sounds like a high
is
number, but it's not good.
this is interesting right here that they want the capacity of this, man. I wish they would just say it. I do like how this. And there's a lady who commented on my thread said, "Hey, I bought the iPhone Air and I bought the battery capacity, the battery
That
just in
doesn't even
case."
how they're rating it doesn't sound good because they're saying it's only an extra 65%.
Yeah,
That
that's
doesn't sound great.
weird.
65% more battery. I would expect closer to at least. I would rather have 100% more battery, but at least something like
Yeah,
closer to 80. 65% more doesn't sound like a lot
not at all.
for how big this thing is, right? It takes the
Absolutely.
whole back of your phone.
I think this is probably just a 2,000 milliamp hour battery inside it, or
They
maybe
made it tall so
1,500.
they can make it thinner, right? They made it
Yeah,
tall so they make it the battery pack thinner, but
yeah. For a hundred
and
bucks though, folks, no
so that
freaking
only
way.
fits the Air. They want to make it exclusive
A
to that
hundred
too.
dollars. I could buy. I'll probably buy this from Best Buy though, because I have like a ton of money in Best Buy gift cards.
I
You
will
know,
say
like
it probably works well. I do like the Apple battery packs. They do work well,
yeah,
and they provide more capacity than they're rated for because of how they build the algorithm to charge it. It's smart, so it actually works pretty well. And you don't have to manage it, right? The other battery packs, third party, you have
yeah,
to turn it on and off.
yeah,
Some people like that because they want the control of when it's on or off.
yeah.
But this one you don't have to worry. You just slap it on and it charges it for you. You don't have to think about it.
I will say this: if this phone is really, really good, if it's really, really good, I'm gonna make this my primary phone, and I'm gonna ditch my SIM card for
I couldn't do it just for the camera. I know, but
it.
I know that already. I
I
know it because
carry other phones though.
I can't make this Edge my primary because of the camera thing.
I think the cameras on the Edge are sufficient for me, but you're a camera. You're
And
deeper
they're
into
not for me.
cameras.
So
I do more video, so you
I
do
like carrying this around,
photos.
but it
Oh
can
yeah,
never be enough for camera wise. So I definitely know this will not be. But
yeah. Well, you
I
never
know I'm
know,
gonna.
dude. You never know until you get
No,
it.
it's not. I know
You,
it's not. But no, it's not. But I know I like the thin and lightness because I like how thin and light this
yeah.
is. I'll
If this
appreciate the
phone is
form
good,
factor. I know that, but the cameras I'll already know are not enough for me
if this
personally.
phone is good, now that's so funny because I can't make the Edge my only phone because it's a little too boxy for me. And remember, I don't like very large phones overall, but I did a comparison of the Edge. And let me pull it up. Hold on, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up here on the spec. Let me get this real quick. Hold on. Let's see here. Let me find it here. Now, I did a comparison over here, and I want to show you the Edge next to the. Even though it's a slight difference in screen size, I want to show you the Edge and the Air, and we're just gonna size them up, and you'll be able to see. Um, it's not a big difference, but it is a big difference. And the Edge, oh, I love it. If I had to
The
use the
point two
Edge,
millimeters. You mean?
yeah, if I had to use
Yeah.
the Edge only, and it was my only phone, I'd be using it. But it's boxy phones are just not my thing for the really big. It has to be a small boxy phone. It can't be a big boxy square style.
Yeah.
And the Air is round. It's
Well,
a, it's a
that and the it's not just the corners, right? It's the sides.
it's the sides
The
also.
edge sides are flat, and I think it's
Yep,
slightly rounded on the edge.
they
So the
are.
edge is 2 millimeters, point 2 millimeters thinner, but I think they do round the sides more.
They do. So
They're
the
not as
Air is gonna
flat.
feel really good
So I
in the
think it's gonna
hand.
feel even thinner. Yeah.
Yes, it will. See, it's a small thing. That's why I said it's not a big thing, but it's big enough to where this might be a deal breaker. You know, this might
It's
be
also
something that
smaller. I think it'll fit better in your hand because I thought it would be a bigger display, but it's only 6.5 inches.
yeah,
So
and the
it's
Edge is six
actually
point
physically
seven.
smaller too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's physically small. The Edge is 6.7, and the Air is 6.5, but the body of the Air is
Yeah.
smaller
Yep.
by a fraction, but it's small enough to make it feel because the Edge feels great in the hand, folks. There's a lot of people that haven't experienced the Edge yet. When I was at the Samsung event, I was the only one there with the Edge recording. Everybody else had Galaxy S25 Ultras recording. Like the people who were shooting, and they were looking like, "Is that the Edge?" I'm like, "How are you going to be a phone reviewer and you've never?" Yeah, I just said, "Wow," and they was like, "I just did, how's the battery?" They're asking me about the Edge. I'm like, "It's phenomenal." I'm doing this entire event. I did the Fold Sevens event with the Edge, and all footage, everything was done with the Edge, and they were just some of the people just was in shock to believe that this was the Edge, and they got to see it in a person actually using it. And I'm thinking, this is definitely their job because it was either Ultras or iPhones recording. Like people were doing the content with their phone. It was all iPhones predominantly, and some Ultras there for the real loyalists, but I think the Air is going to be great when sized up against um, the Edge. I think it's going to feel a lot better because, as you just pointed out, it's rounded.
Yeah, and I think it's physically smaller because, like you said, it's a
It
smaller
is.
display. I thought it was gonna be more like a plus size display, but
No,
it's not.
no.
It's smaller. It's actually
Yeah.
physically a
How
lot
big is
smaller.
this
So
display on the Plus? 6.7, right? On the iPhone 16 Plus, I
something
think it's
like that.
6.7. Yeah,
It's definitely bigger than
it's big.
this.
Yeah, but this phone is
So
smaller and it's got
that's why
rounded.
it's going to be physically a lot smaller than I thought it
Yes,
would be.
the
So I think
edges
it's
are
definitely
rounded
going to
too.
be,
You
yeah.
pointed that out in our chat too. You put that in our
And
chat. Looks
yeah,
a
like you
lot
said, I like
smaller.
this edge too. And it's good. This thing's going to be not just thinner and feel a
Yep.
lot thinner, but I think it's just overall going to be just smaller.
Yep.
Probably a lot more comfortable,
I think
probably.
it's going to be really nice. So if in fact I can really fall in love with this phone just over the physical aspect of it, and yeah, that photo you put up
Yeah.
in the chat, it is definitely smaller and thinner than the Edge.
I'm sure it'll be nice to carry around for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now as far as the cameras go, I like you, I carry a pro camera at all times, or and also carry, I won't be carrying two iPhones. So what I'll do is I'll use a Pro Pixel, like the Pro Pixel I've been doing, and then if I were to move the Air to my main phone number and ditch my SIM card, I don't know what I will put my Fold 7 in place of that other phone number that's been having this in that second slot. So, but
But you're right. If I do carry on the Air as my primary iPhone, I've always carry on
there
this
you
bad
go.
boy.
See, I know you have a
I carry
pro
around this bad
phone.
boy, so it'll be
Absolutely.
fine.
See, I know you have a pro phone. Hold it up again, Grant.
But yeah, the Air is going to be nice. But yeah,
There, see, there you go. I know
it
you
could be
got
my
a pro
primary
phone.
iPhone. It could be my primary iPhone. But
That
yeah,
is crazy, right? That's crazy work. Oh, so beautiful. Oh my God, yeah. So I just feel like the Air, just from a user standpoint, this is why I think this phone is going to do so well. People are going to be shocked at how big the screen is, and now that you just pointed it out, like I didn't think about that at the time, but the Edge is follows Samsung's trend, which is flat, boxy. It's thin, but it's sharper in your hand as well. So the Edge is gonna not feel as good as the Air, just simply because the Edge is flat on the sides. That's a win. It's a freaking win.
yeah. Like you said, it's interesting that they went with the polished titanium sides
Oh, I
on the
know.
Air because you would think that'd be more slippery, right? On a
Yep.
thin, but they are saying it's durable. It's the most durable iPhone ever. But still, like this is something you'd be afraid to drop, right? So why would you put polished sides on it?
When
But
they said that, I was like, "Whoa! Look at the sim. Look at how thin that dude." Yeah,
just from a grip and security standpoint, aluminum would have been probably made you feel better about it.
yes, yeah. But you're right. I can now see the curved corners are very good from this
But they
angle.
wanted to make it stronger, I guess, right? So because it's all
Yeah,
glass front and back, right? So it's not
yeah.
a piece of aluminum like the Pros. So they wanted to make a stronger frame.
This is gonna
So I
be
get it.
good. This is gonna be good, Grant.
But I'm just waiting for all the people who are gonna make videos trying to destroy this thing because of how much Apple's saying it's so durable. There's gonna be
Oh
people who are
yeah,
gonna try to prove, guaranteed, trying to prove them wrong and
yeah.
be destroying this thing on video, man.
But Apple bent it in their own presentation.
I'm just saying, people are gonna do it, right? They're gonna
Oh,
make the video
absolutely.
where they destroy this thing and say, "See, it's not that durable." I'm like, if you got to do all that to destroy the phone, man, like I don't know who's blowing $1,000 just to like try to snap it in half.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That is a seriously thin phone, man. I think
but
both companies did a
I
good
agree with other
job.
people. The real bend test is if you stick it in your back pocket and sit on it.
And sit on it.
That's what most people do, right? So
Yeah, that's
that's a
incredibly.
common scenario that I could see people breaking their phone in, right? But all the other stuff where you're actually physically trying to break it in half with your hands and stuff, man, like who's doing that? Like, I'm not
Yeah,
sitting here with my
nobody.
phone going, let me see if I can snap my phone in half.
Yeah.
Like,
And Zach says it all the time. He
why
doesn't
would
say it
I
all
do
the
that?
time, but he used to say this is the extreme, folks. He says this is the extreme, but people seem to think that it's real. Nobody. I've sat on my phone multiple times and it didn't bend. Yep.
But why are you gonna drop $1,000 on something only to try to snap it in half on purpose?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Like,
wouldn't.
you may think it's a joke, but joke's on you, man. You just blew
Yeah.
you just blew a
Especially
thousand bucks.
if there's return revenue on it, then okay. But
I
for most people,
guess.
it's probably not. The Air has always on display, I believe. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it does. They all do.
because it has a
Yeah.
promotion display.
They all have always on display. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they all have it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that battery pack from Best Buy.
Yeah.
And
People make fun of it, but it's actually a good battery pack.
oh yeah, their battery packs have been good.
Yeah.
Their battery packs have been good.
I find that the third party ones that you have to turn on and off, they actually overheat the phone more than the Apple one will. Because if you just keep the battery pack on, almost any of those battery packs will overheat the phone.
Keep it turned on, you say?
Yeah, if because you have to manage the battery pack, right? You have to turn it on and off.
Oh,
The
gotcha,
the
gotcha,
third party ones, you have to
gotcha.
physically turn them on and off,
Yeah,
right? And so most of them don't have the intelligence built in.
gotcha,
So most of them will overheat the phone.
gotcha.
But the
Yeah,
Apple one almost never overheats it because they just have the built-in intelligence and how they charge it.
yeah.
So yeah, it's expensive and it's probably not ultimately always needed, but it's a quality battery pack. So
What do you think about this, Grant?
I like the mini. I love the mini. Obviously,
Everybody does.
obviously they didn't have a big enough market, or otherwise they would have
Yeah,
kept it, right? I mean, if Apple's selling something, they're not getting rid of it.
I
So
love the mini.
clearly did not hit whatever targets they
I
wanted
still
for
have a
sales
mini.
on the mini. Otherwise, they'd still have it, right?
Yep,
But so
I still have a mini.
my dad loves his mini,
Oh
which is
goodness,
why like when his was dying, he was like, "I'm gonna go get the 16E." I was like, "Do you really want that 16E, or are you just getting it because it's the cheapest one they sell?" And he's like, "Well, it's because it's the cheapest one they sell." I'm
yeah.
like, "Okay, but you would rather have the mini again, right?" He's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay."
The mini
So
is. I don't know anybody who didn't like the
so
mini.
I just gave him my mini because it was still perfectly new,
The mini was
and
great, man.
he loves the mini. So,
The mini is
but
phenomenal,
that's a
man.
perfect example, right? Like he loves the mini, and he would have bought the 16E because it was the least expensive iPhone that Apple sold, only because of that fact.
I
Not because
love
it's the one, not because it's because the one he really wanted. You know,
I love the mini. I love the mini. Love the mini, man. The mini was fire, man. It's a
especially
good
in that
screen
product
size. That
that product red.
5.4. 5.4 is a good
Scroll up
size.
that product red. That was
Oh
a
yeah.
nice product red.
All day long.
The 13 one had the nice product red. The
Yep.
14 got kind of weird in the red.
Yeah, I mean,
So I think the 13 was the last nice looking red.
yeah. This was horrible.
I think the 14 got a little bit like brighter,
It
and then
was
the SE was okay, but it wasn't quite as good. Yeah,
that
that
red on the
14. See,
14 was
that 14
horrible.
is bright. It's a bright red. Yeah,
Torch
it was
red.
not
It's
good.
horrible.
Yeah,
It's horrible. But I think
the 13 and the SE probably had the last best reds.
yeah. Again, that mini the
Yeah, that
12 was
12
a
does
peach.
no.
It was like a
Yeah,
peach color. It was weird. It was
yeah, that
weird.
SE and the 13 that was the last best product red.
Yeah, absolutely. But the 16E next to these phones right here, the mini is a good 5.4-inch display. I mean, that's perfect, man. And it was nice and narrow. It wasn't wide. This is, I mean, smaller
That
phones.
thing was tiny though. It's
It was
tiny.
tiny. It was all screen though. That's why it was.
Well, I
Look at
like
all
the
this.
mini,
Look at that. Look at that.
yeah.
6.1, 5.4. It was just all screen. I loved it. I loved it, man.
And it was a 13, so it still had pretty good cameras and
Yep.
all that stuff.
SIM card, everything.
Yeah.
That thing was really good. And a 17 mini would be very nice. I think they should go like a 5.5-inch display.
Or that
And
product red at least.
oh man, yeah.
Bring back
They,
the product red in the 17. That'd be
oh my god,
something.
yeah. What was the last iPhone that was before this that was a product red? Which one was it?
Well, they had the 13, the 12, 14. 14. I don't think they had a
Was
15. I
no
think
no no
14.
product red. That
Yeah,
was like the
14.
11. Was the 12? The 13 was the last one.
14, right? Isn't 14 product red too? It's just not as nice.
Product red. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah, product
right.
red. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
I don't think
You're
they had it in the
absolutely right.
15, right? Was it in the
No, no
sorry,
15
yeah, I think
for
14
product
might have been the
red.
last. But 13 was the last nice one. So,
Yeah, because Lord, that's the other ones. Boy, that's just not. Ugh, man. Mm-mm.
but see, when they went with the Pro model this year, the aluminum lets you have those nice colors again. That would
Yeah,
have been the best chance to bring back a nice
because it's
red.
a matte and not gloss. It's
Yeah,
matte and not gloss.
or a brighter blue, right? A brighter blue or a nice red, a deep red. You know, you could have done that with aluminum. That would have been nice. But they picked
God.
orange and that deep blue for a reason. So I don't know. It's probably dark blue because they don't have a black, but
Yeah.
orange because no one has orange. But
Yep. Some people feel like this was the last great iPhone too. The
the
10.
10,
So
I
this is the
still
only
see 10s
iPhone
out there.
I kept this phone for 2 years straight.
I
This is
still see
the
10s out there,
longest I
man.
had an iPhone. Well, it used to be. Now it's the 13 Pro Max is, but this was the longest I had kept because I wasn't an iPhone person back then. I would keep them for like 6 months or something like that. Then I would get rid of them, go back to Android. Like as far as regularly using them, but the 10 is the one that sold me over on having an iPhone as a regular phone. I
Or
freaking loved it.
the 10s is probably the last best because exactly
Oh
like this,
yeah,
but better,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think I just saw a 10s Max today. at the
Oh,
doctor's office.
wow. No.
I still see them. I still see 10 or 10S's probably.
That's a big chunky phone
I
right there
still see
too.
them.
And the gold
I,
ended up being like a limited color because you couldn't find them anymore.
like people have to be putting new batteries in these things because there's no
Definitely.
way the
There's no way. Or they're using a battery pack. These you can buy those battery packs, remember? You can buy those snap-on battery packs.
yeah, but this person didn't have one on, so I'm like, it cannot be lasting like more than 2 hours if you didn't change the battery. Like, but
This
yeah,
would
I
be
still see the 10s out there. People love them.
I love the 10. You can get them recertified now too. But this comment right here about phone companies going back to 2 years.
That
The
could be the
reason
air.
I don't know that I would want them to do it every 2 years. What I would like to see, respectfully, I'm not saying some people do feel like this too. I used to feel like this, but what I would like to see from companies is if they're going to make a phone every year, make an actual new phone, change the design, do something completely different. Yeah, but you're right though. They might as well skip a year because they're
Or like
dropping
the
the same
SE,
phone every
right? The
year.
SE didn't have a number, so the Air doesn't have a number, right?
Yeah,
And so the SE wasn't an every year phone, right?
right.
So the Air doesn't have a number, so it could be, they're leaving it open to not do it every year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, we are coming to the end of. I got to burn because I have something to get to. Wanted to hang out a little bit longer, but next Friday we will. We're on for next Friday, Grant. I'm clear on next Friday. As of now, I am. We'll see how it plays out. You're like, well, I can't. I don't know. Will. Yeah.
Well, now I
Oh,
don't
it's
know.
it's launch day too, so
Should be,
everybody with
but
deliveries will be coming in. Yeah, we definitely got to kick it Friday, hopefully.
yeah, I'm
Um.
not getting my Pro until Saturday because it's only in store, and I
Oh,
could
you're
only get
picking
it.
up.
I could
Okay.
only get it. I couldn't get it delivered. So I was
Oh,
too
that's
late. I
right.
didn't get up. I didn't get up at 5 a.m. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
So
If I end up
I'm picking
getting
mine up at the store at Apple Park though, at Apple
oh,
Park in
okay, okay,
Cupertino on Saturday.
okay.
So I didn't want to do it on Friday because if I got to go to Apple Park on a Friday,
Oh
traffic is a
no,
nightmare.
it's gonna be you're gonna
Traffic
be
is
a
a night,
nightmare.
and traffic to get there is gonna be a nightmare. Saturday will
Two
be
two
okay.
hours, 2 hours maybe.
Well, because you're in Friday work traffic, so I'm
Oh
like I'm not
yeah,
sitting in that
yeah.
to get to
What
Apple
about
Park.
morning?
They didn't have any morning times,
Oh wow. Oh, you
so I'm
already
just
chose your
I'll
time,
just do
or
Saturday. Traffic is a lot lighter on Saturday. It'll be fine.
but it'll still be packed over there at the store
Yeah,
because
I picked up at Apple Park before
is
iPhones.
it
It's been
good?
fine. It's been
Oh,
fine.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
I
man.
kind of like it because you're at like the source. It's kind of cool. Like going to
Yeah,
Cupertino, pick it
yeah.
up. I don't
The
know.
Apple stores here. I'm surrounded by two Apple stores and one Google store. It used to be a Microsoft store here, and it used to be a Samsung store here, but it just kind of faded, and they
And that's
moved
where
to
you get these
Samsung
shirts.
stores.
They have like
Yeah, I
exclusive
know.
merch,
I
but
need to buy me some Apple merch.
their new merch doesn't look that great. I'll send you a shot of what they got. If you want
Okay.
anything, let me know. I'll hook you up.
Yeah. I need to because I'm right next to two Apple stores. Well, not next to, but they're within an hour
But this is the
drive.
stuff that you only can get at Apple Park.
Oh,
Um,
is it?
yeah. So
Oh
I'll
man.
shoot you a photo of what they
Okay.
got out right now.
Okay.
It's not as nice anymore, but if you want anything, let me know.
Yeah,
I'll hook you up with something.
airdrop you the
Yeah.
money or whatever I need to do. Because I'm thinking about like an Apple logo shirt or something
Yeah,
like
they
that.
have
We'll
like
see.
exclusive stuff only from Apple Park.
Oh, get
So,
out. Okay.
yeah.
I need to get some Apple gear. But yeah, man, Friday is gonna be when people start to get their deliveries. Mine is scheduled for Friday right now, as of now, the 19th. I chose delivery because I just didn't want to go to the Apple store because over here the Apple store is packed.
I would rather do that.
Yeah,
I couldn't. They didn't have delivery for
yeah, man.
the color that I wanted.
The Apple stores are packed here, and everybody goes on a Saturday if they can't make it on the Friday. I've done both, and it's just a line all day. It's two lines outside the store here. Like they say, "Are you a walk-in or you a pickup?" It's a mess. So I just chose to get. I was able to get delivery this time, so hopefully that works out well, and the date doesn't get moved. But after this stream, I'm planning on probably going in and grabbing a 17. I was supposed to buy the 17 anyway, but I'm so intrigued by the Air. I'm in no rush to get the 17, just because it's a little bit smaller in display and I get an ultra wide camera, which is what I love. So I'm gonna see if I can sacrifice not having that ultra wide. I've been able to do it with my
And you can pick up a 17
iPhone.
probably anytime. So
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna burn out too soon. But I've been totally happy with my 16e, just because it's a 6.1-inch display and I got a case on it when I want to. I can throw it in any pocket, sweatpants when I'm extra, anything. It just does feel like it's not there. So I'm gonna shoot straight from the hip with the Air. I'm gonna give it a chance. Hopefully, I can use it as a regular phone and ditch my SIM card. If not, I'm just gonna if I do it and I can't do it, I'll just call them back and say, "Hey, send me a SIM card." Because Visible is super easy with that.
my Air should be here on Friday,
Were you able to get delivery
but
on the Air?
deliver in the Air.
Oh, sweet.
It'll be here
Okay.
on next Friday, but probably not in time for the stream because UPS. I'm like
Oh
the
yeah.
last stop on UPS's route.
You know,
So
I
they
just
come
thought
like
about that.
they come like evening time for me.
I just thought about that. My UPS
So
guy
that's why
probably
I would
won't
do
be
store
here
pickup.
until late.
Yeah, yeah.
You just made me think about. I might not have my Air by the time we stream.
That's the
Or
only reason why I would do a store pickup is to make sure I get it earlier.
oh yeah,
But
yeah. Well, I'm sure I can pick up a Air at the store, but I don't want to go over there, man. It's ugh. I was like
yeah,
scared.
me neither. I don't want to go there on Friday.
Oh man, it's gonna be a
So I just got
mess.
delivery, and then yeah, it'll come when it comes. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, you're right about that. So I'm gonna hopefully probably shoot. You know what? I really I don't like the look of the Pro, but it would be more for like for review for me, like just to review it.
Yeah.
I would probably use it on like my third line or something like that because I get a huge discount through Apple, and it would just be like a third line type. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm all about like I want the best experience in my pocket, like physically. I don't like heavy, bulky phones in my pocket because I if I'm walking and doing a lot of exercise and working out, just in workout gear, you can feel those big phones in your pocket. Like when I have the 10 Pro XL in my, ugh, it's horrible, man. But when I
Well,
have the,
this Pro Max, it's gonna feel like a chunky boy
yeah,
because it's bigger and heavier this year. They made it
I
bigger and
would go with the
heavier.
Pro though. I would go with the Pro. I wouldn't go. Yeah, it is bigger and chunkier. What's the weight on that thing, man?
It's heavier than the 16 Pro Max, even though they
The
went to
freak? Let
aluminum.
me see. Let me put the six. It was the 17 Pro.
It's slightly thicker and it's slightly heavier, even though they
I
went to
have a
aluminum.
16 Pro right now still. Let me do this real quick.
And the 16 Pro Max already feels pretty bulky. It feels like a brick.
Oh man,
So
yeah.
this thing is slightly thicker and slightly heavier. So this is really gonna feel like a brick.
Jeez, where's the thing? It's down at the bottom, I think.
But that's
Um.
why I'm actually okay. Like Apple actually unapologetically made this thing bigger and chunkier on purpose because they wanted it to have a bigger battery and better thermals,
Oh,
like
you're
better
right.
performance. So
It's
Apple never does that, right? Apple will always try to make it nicer and thinner, but they're like, screw it, right? This is the Pro model. We don't care. We'll make it like more industrial. We'll make it bigger and chunkier if we have to, because it's the Pro model. So this is the first time I can recall them actually doing that because, like you talked about, right? They made the Air the nice one.
they did. So yeah, you're right. The with the 16 Pro being in the middle and the Air on the right over here, this is 199 grand, and the 16 Pro is already a little chunky. It's a chunky little voice. It's got some weight to it. But dang, they made it. That's some people think that 6 grams or that 7 grams is nothing, but you can feel it somehow.
The
The way
16 Pro
it's the
Max is already bricky. It feels like a brick already. So
yeah, the 16 Pro Max is a big phone, man. The Pro, I wish I can
and
find a way to
heavy. It's heavy.
put the Pro up. You know what? Yes, I can. Check this out. Let's put the um 16. Oh wait, no, 17 Pro Max, and then Pixel 10 Pro XL. There's a green Pixel 10 Pro XL. Oh, that's
Yeah,
that grass. That's that
the jade one that you don't
lemongrass.
like.
Oh
The
yeah,
jade
that
that you
looks,
don't like.
dude.
Yeah.
That looks way better in this photo. Let's be clear here. This looks way better. It doesn't look like that in person, but here they are lined up next to each other. Yeah, man. The 17 Pro Max is a giant. It's bigger than the 10 Pro XL. Oh my gosh, man, that's a big phone, dude.
But like you said, I didn't want to get them all this year. I just want to get one Pro and the Air, but I'll probably end up getting the small Pro and silver and the regular 17 and like blue.
I'm probably
I
gonna
I,
go.
I know I probably will, but
Yeah,
I'm not going to get it at launch.
that's a big phone. But you know what I like about the iPhones? The corners are rounded. The body is rounded. It's just better. That's a
I don't like
big
that I like
chunky
iPhone.
phone.
You know, I'll buy it every year,
I
and
know.
it
Yeah.
doesn't warrant it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Knowing me, I'll probably just
Just for
do it.
review purposes a lot of times, but there are people in my family that have well, a lot of people in my family have both an iPhone and an Android, and they use them for different purposes. Predominantly, they use Android, and then they'll have that iPhone if you just we want to video chat with some, like the children, all my children, they all have iPhones. They don't have Android phones.
Oh
So
yeah,
I keep an
I
iPhone because they'll
one
call
of
me
my
on video. My
iPhones.
granddaughter will call me on video chat.
Yeah, one of my iPhones is just a FaceTime machine for the house.
Right. Yeah. I
It's basically
mean,
It's a portable FaceTime machine we can take around to different rooms.
yeah.
So that's what one of the iPhones is for.
Yeah, the silver pro looks really good. I just can't get over the way this thing looks on the back, man. This is freaking horrible. That just looks hideous. They literally just stretched it over.
Well, they did just like the Air though. They put more of the components in that module, so they could
They
put a bigger
did.
slit,
They did.
so they
Because
could increase the battery size,
didn't they
even
say
though it's
that
only slightly
didn't they
bigger.
say removing the SIM tray down here gave them they pushed the battery out some more.
Yep. If you look at this, the specs, the eSIM version has a larger capacity battery.
Mm,
If you go to battery capacity, it'll have two capacities: one
down
for eSIM,
here.
one for nano SIM. Yep.
Oh yeah, you're right. There it is, right there. 5,000. Oh yeah.
But that plateau on the Pro is just like the on the Air. They put more components up there so they can make the battery bigger in the Pro model
Where
too.
are the SIM tray versions at?
Not here. It's
Yeah,
going to be
definitely.
it's internationally where they supposed to have to make them available, even though they're not going to do that for the Air. So that's why I'm saying
Yeah,
they give the middle finger to the rest of the
it's
world with the
pretty
Air.
tacky,
They're like
man.
they're like, you want this pretty phone? Too bad, eSIM only.
That's freaking nuts, B. That's just crazy. That's just crazy, man.
But yeah,
That
the pros got
is
two, right? They got two capacities for eSIM and
yeah,
for so they
right
made
there.
they're like, you want a SIM card? You get smaller battery.
I'll take that smaller battery for a SIM card, man. That's freaking
But that's how
nuts.
petty Apple's being. They're giving you the middle finger on the Air. They're
They're
saying you don't
being
get one. You don't
very
get one.
petty.
And if you want the Pro, I'm going to give you a smaller battery. So,
But man, that weight, oh boy, that weight on there is just, jeez, that's a heavy, and I don't even like how heavy the Pixel 10 Pro XL is. I don't like it. I don't like how
I
heavy
got
it
used to it
is.
again. Like I thought I would, because I came from the Edge,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to the 10 Pro, and
Yeah.
I thought it'd be, I thought I'd really not like the thicker and heavier thing, but I got used to it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think that's just me though. I think I get used to things really quickly, so it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't become an issue for me. Like I
Yeah.
get maybe other people it's a big
Yeah.
deal, but for me, I'm like whatever. I get used to whatever I'm using. I'm like
I carry
whatever.
the Pro XL and I don't put it in my pocket because I have a 16E and a Z Flip 7 in my pocket. And I carry the Pixel 10 Pro XL in my hand, and then I'll just put it in the center console of my car, whatever I'm doing when I'm going. I don't carry it in my pocket at all. So when I'm going in a store or something like that, I leave that phone locked in the car, and I have
But
the other
yeah,
two.
the
It's
XL
just
can be
too,
chunky
yeah.
because the Pro Max is chunky and the S25 Ultra is super
What about
chunky. So
the 16 or 17 Pro, the 16 Pro versus the
oh, it's
17 Pro,
small. It's gonna be small.
as far as the weight goes?
It still be it'll be heavier, but it'll still be lighter
Oh,
overall
is the weight up here?
because it's just physically smaller. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I think I just did that one on the Apple site. I did. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I would feel it too much with this one. I think this one might be a little bit more usable because I think I probably I just
but
did it
yeah,
over here. Yeah.
I swear
Oh, I
I
did it
wouldn't
right
be
here. Yeah.
surprised. People who usually buy the small Pro,
Hmm.
I bet you a lot of those people are gonna buy the regular 17 now
I bet they
because
probably will.
I bet you there's a good portion of that audience who doesn't care about the cameras as much,
Yeah.
but they care about battery and they care about the
Wow,
screen.
look at the weight difference. 177 grams. Wow. That is lightweight.
Yeah.
Because the Air weighs 165, I believe.
Yeah, because it's small and it's aluminum, so it's gonna be light. Yeah.
Yeah, 165. Wow. Wow, yeah, that's not too bad, man. Wow. That's freaking nuts.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people who normally get the small Pro get this regular 17, man.
I do. If you're looking at the small Pro, folks, get the 17 because the not just for the weight, but just yeah, you don't get a 1 terabyte version,
Like
but
if you don't use the camera system like that, then get the
yeah,
17.
yeah,
Because I think
that's
people are holding out because of battery and because of the displays.
yeah,
And now all that's there plus the selfie camera. So
yep.
yeah.
That small Pro is too close to this jade green is actually pretty nice, but the blue is safe.
Yeah. If you
Yeah,
don't care about telephoto like that and you don't use all the pro res and all
yeah.
that stuff, man, just get the 17
I do use
if you want a
ProRes,
small
but
phone.
I don't care for telephoto. So this will be okay for me,
Yeah.
but I don't get the
I think
ProRes.
there's a lot of people who just wanted like the better display, the bigger
Yeah,
battery,
they got it.
and a small screen, so they got the pro. But now
They
this year
got
they
it.
don't need to. Yeah.
So the
I
17,
wonder if that's Apple had to have thought about that, right? I mean, come on, they think about everything, but you got to believe that they're gonna lose some of the. I don't know.
where's the
I
battery
guess
capacity
they
on
don't
here?
care.
It's down here. Yeah. 3692 supposedly.
Yeah, it's bigger.
That's
It's
crazy.
bigger than last year,
Yeah. That's got a bigger battery than the Pro. That's crazy.
and it's only slightly bigger than the 16e. I think
Yeah.
16e has a pretty big
The
battery.
16E has a big oh yeah, the 16E has a good battery, man.
For Apple, it's a big size capacity
Yeah.
battery.
This and I talked
I
about
think
that I think before.
it's pretty close. I think the 17 might only be slightly bigger. So
Yeah. Yeah, 4,005. Wow. For the 16E.
yeah,
That's pretty doggone good.
yep.
That's pretty doggone good. And that's a good value too, man. Depending on who you are, the 16E is a pretty good value, man. It really is. It could be a good value to
Oh, so it's bigger.
someone.
It's 4,000. So yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
bigger then, right?
4,000.
Because
Yeah.
the 17 is
4,000.
like 30, 36,
Yeah,
92, something like
4,000.
that.
The 17 is 3582.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, that's the 16 Pro. I'm sorry. The 17 is over here. 17 is 30 some 30 what was it?
36,
Yeah,
30.
3692. Yeah. So it's
So
got a
still
bigger
bigger.
battery.
Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's the 16E is a good value too. It may be missing a whole bunch of this techie stuff, but I've been using it since it launched, and it's a great little iPhone.
Battery
It's a great
life could
little
be
iPhone.
close just because maybe the new chip is more efficient, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I forgot about that. The chip definitely is going to make it more efficient.
So battery life could probably be pretty close between
Yeah.
the two.
So, I mean, if I get the Pro, which I don't want to because I don't like the way it looks, I would have to get something like the silver or the blue because I definitely wouldn't use it as my primary phone. But it would just be for review purposes. That's the only reason I would get it. But I've already had a plan. My plan was to get the Air first, use it enough, give myself a month or so, 3 weeks or 2 weeks in, then order the 17 and start on that one, overlap it a little bit, and then stretch it out and see
Yeah.
which one I like better of the two. I got a feeling I'm just gonna like the way the Air feels because it's just like the Air. It feels it's like it's not even there. It's so thin and so light, and I know it's gonna feel better. That video, that picture you posted in the chat, it gives a good representation. Even though we can see it on here up close, that picture of a real person holding both of them side by side, the Air looks super small and thin compared to the Edge. It really
Yeah.
does.
If you're already sold on the Samsung Edge, then you're gonna really
Yeah,
like this Air.
the
Yeah,
Air
for
should
sure.
be really, really good. It should be a strong
And
competitor to
again,
the
I
Edge.
get people who are saying that there's too many compromises. I get that. Then it's just not
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
But there's some people who don't care about those things and they just want
yeah,
the prettiest, thinnest, lightest thing.
yeah,
And if
yeah,
that's what you really want, I think you're gonna really like the Air. So I
yeah,
think it serves a purpose, right? It's not just thin to be thin. Yeah, it's got compromises, but for the people who want it, they don't care,
yeah.
right? And
They're
so
not thinking about that.
I think there's gonna be a lot of people who do really like it, enjoy it.
I'm curious to know about the numbers and how it sells and how it's well received because Apple said that's the future. That's the direction they're going in. And I think it's a good direction, just like the Edge is the future. We already see the leaks of the S26 Ultra and the whole lineup. They look like the Edge. They look, if the leaks are true, and in most situations, leaks have become true, the Edge is the future of Samsung. And then Apple's showing you their future with the Air.
Oh, but did you see the S26 Edge
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of,
leaked
I
images?
don't know about that one.
They
I
got
don't
that new camera bar, just like
Yeah, I
the
don't know how true that
iPhone
is.
Plateau.
I don't know. I don't know how
I
true
really
that
hope not
is.
because the way they have it now looks better.
It
So,
looks really good. I love the camera module on there, and they're able to fit a 200 megapixel camera, and it's not bulky at all.
and it wouldn't make sense because the new S26 Pro supposedly goes to the Edge camera module, the new camera
Right,
module. So why would
right,
they change it on the next? I don't know.
right. I don't know. Some rumors are true. Most of them, the leaks come out, but I don't think they would deviate from the
Because
edge
that
that
would make
quickly.
that would make the next Edge really ugly compared to the
It'd
current
be
one.
hideous. It would be hideous.
Like
It
this
would
one's
be
nice.
that one is sleek, very nice.
I think this is a better design than the iPhone Air, like from the
Oh,
camera side,
absolutely, yeah. I think the camera
right?
module's nicer. Everything, yeah. I think it's really nice. It looks
But the
better.
boxier design, yeah, I agree. But the
Yeah,
camera module's
it's
nicer.
sharp
So,
in your hand. It's a little sharp in your hand. People don't. It's better than the S25 Ultra, but it's still sharp in your hand. The S25 Ultra
well, and the
is
flat
sharp.
sides. Everyone
Yeah,
wanted flat sides, so Samsung gave you flat sides, but it makes it feel thicker, and
yeah.
it's not as and it's not as comfortable.
It
I
is
like
not.
the I like the slightly rounded sides.
It is not. All right, folks.
Anyway,
We are gonna slide up out of this piece. I'm literally getting ready to jump in the car and head out to things I need to take care of. But it's always a pleasure,
oh.
Grant, have you on here. I
Well, it's only
love
one
it.
o'clock my time, so I got time.
Oh,
So it's
that's what you
cool.
got. Plenty of time. It's after three
I still
here,
got stuff to
so
do, but it's only one, so
yeah,
thankfully.
you got plenty of time. So I got another video dropping about the Edge coming up here later today. I'll probably put that out, talking about why the Edge is actually better than the Air on paper. So that'll be interesting one. You might want to check that out. Grant, any videos coming up for you or anything going on for you?
No, but I gotta get on it.
Yeah.
I have so many videos that I've shot that I have not edited.
Oh yeah, your editing
Um,
game. You're editing 10 hours per video easily. You got so much
so
editing that you can
I've
do.
got three that I got to edit that I just
Oh
haven't gotten
man,
around to.
I
I
feel
got to
for
do
you.
that, but
Grant goes into detail. I know you guys know who we are if you're watching my channel. He goes deep.
nah, no one knows who I am, but it's cool.
Oh man,
I,
please. He goes
I'm way
deep on those
lazier,
videos,
so
man.
I got
If
to
you
get
want a
back to it.
thorough, you hear me talking about video cameras and stuff a lot. and I use the products and show them to you like more than he does a compact. He compresses a lot of stuff in these videos for like 20, 30 minutes maybe, but he's way more detailed than mine. He's showing you the flip side of what I'm talking about. Like I'm showing you something and he's showing you the backside of all the technical stuff behind it and all the details that go into making it what I consider might be good or great or, ooh, these colors look good. He's showing you the other side of that for sure because his videos are extremely detailed. And if you like, I like long videos. I like videos more than 15 minutes. My attention span is longer than 30 seconds. Shorts don't do well with me. So my attention span is long enough. Unlike YouTube, the average person can watch the videos 20 minutes. They might make it 3 minutes without skipping through. So with Grant's videos, he goes very detailed. I appreciate it. He knows that I like long videos too. So shout out
But
to Pristine,
you
Pristine
got to
Tech.
dust off your 13 Pro
I,
Max.
I know, man.
Compare
I
that thing to
know.
the 17. People still love that 13, man.
The
I'm telling you,
13 is
they'll
a
watch that video.
monster.
They're gonna watch that video.
The 13 is a monster. It's always been there. So we shall see how this works out, folks. But I appreciate you guys stopping by for another Friday stream. It just happens to be pre-order day. So if you're watching the stream on the replay and you made it this far, what phone did you freaking order? What'd you get? We've already disclosed what we got in here and what we're also getting. So we're here at Apple. So we're we're on location. We're on location. We're just sitting on separate sides
That's
of
it.
the
It's
thing here.
iPhone pre-order day.
Yeah, it is, man. So, oh
Ooh.
shoot, whoa, ball in, there it is. So we'll see you guys next Friday, man. Lord willing, we'll see you next Friday. And if all goes planned, we'll be showing our phones, our airs off in that stream. Hopefully, if we can get them in time, because like he said, my UPS driver he might not show up till
UPS ain't
7
coming on
p.m.
time. I guarantee
Yeah,
it.
7 p.m. probably. Hopefully it's in the morning time. Because
But
if
they
it
work
does
hard.
launch,
They're gonna be working hard that day,
oh
man.
yeah, they know phone launches too. The
They
phone launches
must
are
hate
horrible for
that
them.
day. Yep.
They hate it, I'm sure. But I'm gonna put out a quick unboxing and first impressions of mine. If it comes before the stream, but if it doesn't, you'll see it after the stream. And if it comes, sometimes I've been on streams and they're knocking on the door. Like I don't know what's on my porch, but there's a package out there for my. Oh, there's some parts for my Corvette. So hopefully some of those are out there. But yeah, we're gonna be giving you some content on the Air and the Pro and the 17 coming up this month. Any who's launching something next? Who's next? What's the next launch? I don't know who the
OnePlus
OnePlus, right?
in China, not the
Oh,
US
in
one.
chat. Okay. Okay.
After this, it's gonna be all the Chinese phones. It'll be OnePlus. It'll be uh, Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo
Got
for
it.
the rest of the year. That's all that there is. There's nothing in
Got
the
it.
US, right?
Not for the US.
US ends with
January,
Apple.
the S26 is next for the US. January.
Then Samsung will start early next year. Yep.
Yeah, January. That's when
Along
Samsung
with the
starts. Yeah.
US release of the OnePlus, probably.
Yes, yes. If they do anything, if they do anything. So it's your
15,
man
OnePlus
Jay.
15.
Huh?
OnePlus 15, it's coming.
Oh, are they gonna keep that number or is it
Supposedly. We'll
okay?
see.
It will
All right.
see.
Sorry. Wrap it
No,
up.
no, no.
We're out of
Yeah,
here.
no, no, no. I'm not in that big of a hurry to go to where I'm going. You know where I'm going. So, but I mean, yeah.
You still gotta go.
I gotta go. You're absolutely right. You know, when you get to that age, you gotta go. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is me and Grant once again on Friday, giving you the stream. It's been good to have something to talk about every Friday now. So we'll continue this trend for as long as we can hold it down like this, and I'm hoping this for quite some time to come. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next live.